The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome back. We travel into the verse once again to the daylight's terrible in here. To see the what's going to happen when the party gets involved with attempting to free the ECA from its replacer invader. Last time, though, the squad basically freed a group of imprisoned Thrycreen, brought them back to the space station, and it seems as though very soon they'll have thousands of new citizens. And just to ad hoc a thing that was going to be delayed, I'm going to allow the freighter to be repaired and ready to use. And I'll just say that you used A163RT or Alert to fix it. Because keep in mind, Alert can do anything as far as repairs go. You just have to use Alert as like the toolbox that it is. So I'm just going to say you guys knew what was broke and knew kind of what needed to be fixed. And so you had the engineer give you the specifications of what needed to be done to fix it. And then A163RT just made the repairs from there. So that could easily have been done within moments. Other stuff that was broken has not been repaired yet, but I'll say that for this particular venture today, you can use the freighter, or I think it was renamed Big Sister.
Yep.
As the ship that you use for today's ventures if you choose to do so.
So we can use a lot of BS.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, you'll get to use that today for, sorry, I'm like doing stuff in the background while explaining what's happening.
Oh, you're fine.
And you'll get to use that today for the ventures we're doing today. And I'm attempting to find the sound file I wanted to use for the space combat. I had one that I found that wasn't too overwhelmingly ridiculous. Okay, yeah, here it is.
Should we take Big Sister with us? Be quite the opposite of covert.
I mean, do we need... Actually, I was going to say, do we need to? And then I'm like, we do need to be covert. Or at least somewhat.
I mean, the freighter is sort of covert. You know, hide in plain sight.
I could see the Empire of Elves thinking otherwise. Or is it an Imperium?
Well, if we're being honest about it, all of the craft have weapons for a reason. The freighter just happens to hold other craft inside of it. It would be covert enough as far as hiding all of our ships, but we're bringing all of our ships all at once. Do we really need them all is the question.
Look to our main person who's our flying person.
I mean, I can only fly one.
Don't look at me. I'm not piloting anything. Or could pilot a space fighter if you need some extra firepower. Otherwise, or probably just going to tag along in a fighter.
Well, it might be better if we do that, because have that extra utility.
What of the Dwarf?
We can just keep the fighters inside. They're small enough where we don't really have to worry about them being too much of a problem.
Hey, don't forget, I can pilot something as well. If one of you wanted to hop into the fighters, I could pilot the freighter. If we wanted to keep the freighter out of combat and use the smaller ships for the combat.
Helix points to one of the fighters. I'm not hopping into one of those death coffins.
You don't have to. There's only two of them.
Okay,
so
good.
Use the drill diver.
Use the drill
Who
down.
knows what we're going to have to smash through when we get there.
Excuse you, it's the Rocinante now.
Aye, right, sorry.
The drill dough.
I'm like, shut up.
Sorry,
Are
I'm
we
just
like in the
imagining like
hangar
a
or
hand
something?
crank drill, but it's just a dildo.
Are we in the hangar or something like that?
Yeah, at this point you're in the hangar. It just got fixed.
Because Helix like leans over to the Rossi and is like, don't listen to what the mean people say. Like puts a hand on the hole.
In the Zoom chat, those links are to be used when we get to those particular scenarios. For those of you watching at home, unfortunately, you're on Twitch, so we can't use either of those because all sound is copyrighted. So, sorry, you don't get to listen to anything. But
Twitch or YouTube.
We will have them on the YouTube release. So stay tuned for the YouTube release where we have permission to use both of these channels' sounds, but we can't release them on Twitch. So sorry, Twitch users, you don't get to hear anything. It's just going to be us talking, but the players will have something to play in the background. And stay tuned to Scotty's YouTube channel where you actually get to hear the audio. Also, future Scott, you'll have to put those in.
Cool.
All right.
So does that mean we can start making demands of future Scotty?
No.
If you're hosting the game.
Worth a shot.
It's like, future Scott, edit this out. Future Scott, no, put it back in. Future Scott.
Oh, so you want to do the Game Grumps thing then?
We did do that a few times on Scott's channel already with some of the video games we played. Okay. So you have some options ahead of you. Do you take all of them? Do you take some of them? Just one of them?
I think for simplicity's sake, we should take the freighter and have our dwarf captain just hit what he pilots from now on. And then if we ever want to take any of the smaller ones, we have them. No.
Shouldn't we take the drill driver and the fighters?
You can take the
Yeah,
the
that's
fighters.
what I mean.
They
Like,
wouldn't be...
literally all of our vehicles could fit in that vehicle. So we would have access to
But we don't want
all
to take
of them.
too many of them because that might look really suspicious.
I'm sorry.
If you are coming to help them with the problem.
I thought the freighter was the large one that can carry all of the ships versus using just the drill diver and the fighters for a stealth approach.
Yeah. Big Sister can carry all of the craft, while the craft individually require a pilot each. If someone stayed with the Big Sister, then all the other craft could be piloted otherwise. The Rocinante, or the drill diver as it used to be called, the Rocinante is definitely useful in a fight since it can ram into things and you don't know what you're getting into as far as what is involved around the ECA. You do know from what you have heard, because you did pick up a MAW pass to get there, or you're going to have to, you know that there is a blockade around it that the elves have established. So you will probably have to get through that before you get to the ECA.
Well then. Shall we get going?
You should.
Yeah. So we're taking the freighter with the Rocinante and the fighters?
Yes.
That's the plan. Okay.
Do you want to leave the other two here or just take all of it?
Honestly, having them all, because we're not going to, if we're not going to be bringing the freighter in with everything else, then we could just leave the freighter there back and right.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't harm to have options just in case.
All right, so let's just bring the lot of it then. And I'll pilot the freighter in the background like a carrier. I'll keep a distance away from all the firing shots, and you can pilot stuff in and out as you need it.
Sounds like a plan.
After all, we don't really know what we're getting into. Obviously, it's nothing the elves can handle, or they would have taken care of it already. All right. Then in that case, you take the lot of it and begin your long journey there. Because of the particularly remote nature of where you're located, you're easily able to get to the Moss Station without really encountering much. That and I've already pre-rolled the encounter tables and you didn't encounter anything. So you get to
run into 2d6 space wolves?
No. Perhaps on the way back, but not there. Not on the way there.
I just realized what I just said, but not those kind of space wolves.
Space Marines!
Yeah, you don't want those in this particular verse. You encounter the Maw Station for the first time, for some of you perhaps, and for others, maybe you've been to other Maw Stations before. The colossal maw of this gaping creature, well beyond the size of something you could fathom for a reasonable size, is truly astonishing. The space station built inside of this galactic-sized creature of some kind. This particular one looks like a giant galactic space shark, with like a super long body. And it has a lot of stuff coming in and out of it. You get hailed by the station as you get within range of their comms, which is a very short range because long-term communications are still disabled throughout the verse because the ECA is down. And a meat boy on the comms chimes in. What is your purpose, your business here on this Maw Station?
Who's radio? Nobody?
We are...
I mean, I'm not piloting, so...
Yeah, the captain's piloting.
I'm not a diplomat.
Well,
I'm
a diplomat, so So,
Hello,
Dalgar...
is this thing on?
So Dalgar says, "Oh, yes. We are heading to the Elven Relay. We are going to be fixing the troubles. Communications array."
Oh. You don't get too many passengers over that way. Okay. Well, the Elven Nation stated that anyone willing to assist in it would get free passage to the station themselves, providing they check in with the blockade first. Are you willing to follow this procedure?
Yes.
In that case, then, I will give you free passage, and I will bill the Elven government. Lucky you. Next time you'll have to pay for something, I suppose. Good luck.
Over and out.
And a series of coordinates are given to your particular ship that is identified as the Maw Pass. This very long, nearly uncrackable code of programmed blockchain programming is what you use to access the Maw and get to where you need to go. This encrypted message is obviously not foolproof, but hacking a Maw is dangerous, to say the least.
It's a mouthful.
Linking a Maw is dangerous, to say the least. So you input the coordinates. The Maw's giant mouth is already just constantly open and portaled, and that portal accepts the coordinates using the blockchain. You drive through the Maw and come out the other side in what seems to be a blink, have traveled thousands and thousands of light years to now Elven space. You see before you a gigantic blockade of ships. Now these ships are kind of flying or piloting in a very strange formation, forming almost like a mesh of ships around the Maw, almost like a sphere. The ships include just an astonishing number of Elven fighters and other craft, and even freighters and some civilian vehicles and escape pods and all sorts of stuff, just kind of in a mesh around the Elven communications array. A rather large carrier sits abroad right in front of you, and a hailing comes across the comms almost immediately upon entering the space.
Oh boy, here we go.
Unidentified craft. Please identify yourself. This is the Elven blockade.
Yes, hello, Elven Blockade. This is Big Sister. We are here to help with the communications array.
The first group of mercenaries we've encountered willing to accept our mission. Very well. Report for scanning on the central blockade carrier, hangar 14. You are clear to land.
Understood. Over and out.
And Captain Cobble begins piloting towards that particular hangar. It's a relatively uneventful land. You get here, there's a lot of other people here kind of moving around, but most of them are elves doing a lot of repairs to different craft. Everyone looks like they're in a rush. There looks to be a lot of stuff going on here as you kind of land the craft. The video and surveillance of the outside area looks just like this place is a mess. There's busted ships everywhere. There's all sorts of people that look really messed up and injured. The elves look like they've been through hell just trying to keep this array of ships going.
You can see Talurra looks genuinely uncomfortable and is probably definitely looks like she is full of anxiety at the moment.
A small squad of 4 soldiers led by what looks to be some sort of commander approached your ship.
Talurra has at least covered herself in a cloak or something like that. For anyone else.
Dalgar says to Talurra, as long as we keep a level head and we don't do anything that would provoke them, this shouldn't be an issue.
Stop looking at me when you say that.
Talurra just kind of gives Dalgar a look and says, believe me, there's going to be trouble.
And they kind of knock on the ship like, hey, open your landing bay.
Dalgar is super extra and he uses the verse to open the door.
Okay. You use your powers of psychic energy to open the door. And the door opens and they all kind of march in a procession and then kind of come out and they draw scanning tools and they just begin scanning parts of the ship as they're moving forward. Then they get through the ship. Nothing seems out of order or out of the ordinary. And they scan some of the other ships as they walk past them. And the commander comes into the room accompanied by one of the soldiers and kind of looks around at each of you. And as his eyes pass over to Laura, he stops dead in his tracks.
As he
stops,
I would
see you here again.
Do I recognize this commander?
Oh, you do. You do.
Talurra's just sitting there, hands over her mouth, just cocks an eyebrow and looks at him.
So it looks like you've been having a bit of trouble here.
He stops glaring at Talurra and looks over at Dalgar. Yes, you could say that. This thing has used all of our own weapons against us. Weapons we thought we would use to protect the Elven Communications Array have become tools of our destruction.
Yes, replacers are difficult to say the least. I've only heard legends of them, but it has always been my job in the verse to help keep peace and harmony.
Well, to make matters worse, we would be able to organize this entire fight a little easier if we were able to use any of our communications. But all of our long-term communications are disabled by some sort of demonic static. The only thing present is this chanting whispers, which our arcane procession has told me is some sort of spell.
Oh, that is actually
I doubt that that's possible, but replacers don't use magic.
That is actually the very reason we're here. We're wanting to help get the communication array back online. It helps us and you.
His eyes glare over to Laura, and then he suddenly looks like someone's talking to him in his comm. Sir? Understood. At your command. You are cleared. Stop scanning. Everyone stops what they're doing.
Talurra just kind of smirks a little.
Sorry to have been out of the ordinary. We did not know you were who you were. I apologize. We did not know you were with him. So, good luck on your venture. We will move some of the civilian ships out of your way so you can get your freighter up to the side of the array.
Before you go,
good luck.
Do you two know each other? As he needs to make a wisdom save. He or she or they. I mean, elves definitely.
Oh, you would think that he goes by the he nomenclatures.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Sorry. 9?
I am detecting thoughts. What do they think of Talurra?
Oh, his surface thoughts are, I know him. I know about this hardened criminal. His scum should not have showed his face in space.
Showed
again.
her face.
Their face in space again. I can't believe that the audacity to come back here. Now I've got to listen to someone telling my boss what to do. I would have arrested him on the spot if it weren't for that stupid man in a suit.
And I'm only going to go surface thoughts, mostly because I don't want them knowing I'm probing. So I back off immediately.
Okay. And then upon that comment he made, he just sort of like walks off. Like all the rest of them just gather up and walk off and leave immediately.
May the verse be with you.
As soon as they leave the ship, the door closes, and you see the suited man, who all of you except Dalgar have met already, standing in the corner smirking, seemingly as though he is phased in out of nowhere.
Talurra just kind of looks and says, "Do you always end up being around when people are wanting to kill me?"
I won't say all the time, but seeing as I need you to resolve problems for me, yes, at this point.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I haven't met the new additions to your crew, I must say. I've met the old ones, not the new ones. Where's the Scotty? Did she depart you as well?
She went to live on a moon or something.
She's very peculiar. Mentioned something about selling mushrooms.
She's still kind of here.
Oh,
Talurra holds up the finger.
Mushroom.
that she gave in the first
Session 0.
That for Talurra being a competitive piece of shit and holding her breath underwater for the longest.
He chuckles. Nice. I am the reason your friends have been able to get around easily through space.
Hey, but who the fuck are you?
Do we have G-Man on the ship?
My name is...
Let's try this again. I'm Helix, and you are...
Now, Helix. This is obviously a friend. They've been helping us. What is your name, good sir?
You may refer to me as Dusov.
Douchebag?
My actual name is substantially longer and irrelevant.
Okay.
Well, how long have you been here, Dusseldorf?
It's been a long time. This particular multiverse is my favorite. But, yes.
It's good to have you, Dunkirk.
He smirks at your...
And Hera, I'm surprised you didn't immediately come up
Names.
calling him Dunkoff.
Locathion just kind of like grumpily looks his direction and goes, "All right, Dad, that's enough. I think we've had enough of your help."
Dad? What?
Oh, very well, son. I suppose I'll leave it to you then. After all, I can't help you with this part anyway. I've already tried that once. Yes, I know. I was there. I keep forgetting that. I really wish you weren't. That was quite disturbing. Only the first 3 times we tried it. Let's hope it works this time. Yes, well, I hope for all of our sakes that it does.
Do you want to know what's going on here?
I don't think we do.
You'll figure it out eventually.
Talurra just kind of looks to both the new people and says, "A lot of shit. Don't worry. Try to think too hard about it."
There's many things that happen in the
I could
verse.
give you an exposition, but right now we don't have the time. Perhaps I'll give you one later. He looks down at his arm. I'm late. Good day. And he snaps his fingers and disappears.
That was quite peculiar. And I'm not talking
He
about
is
the
very
man in the
strange
suit as I look over at Talurra.
Kind of does what he wants.
Talurra, I'm assuming Talurra gets the idea of what dog are and just gives him just a glare.
You note that his suit was white with gold flecks in it, as if gold itself were woven into the suit.
Nice.
The buttons were like diamonds. Yeah, it looked super expensive.
Cool.
He had on black shoes that left behind little tarry marks on the ground.
Oh, he's totally not Satan. Got it.
Constantine reference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I wasn't even thinking that, but yeah.
If the elves leave and kind of give you a clear to go, you can kind of leave. And Captain Cobble pilots the freighter back out into space and approaches the wall of ships. And several of the civilian craft kind of move out of the way, so you can kind of pull up to that area, clearing a big circular space for the craft to fly in and out. And then Captain Cobble goes, "All right, I don't think we should fly any closer. Those long-range cannons look armed and dangerous. I suppose that's why so many of the elves have got busted crap everywhere.
Then how are we
I
supposed
suppose
to
it may start taking pot shots at you."
Well, good pilots, I guess, would be the way.
Oh, I've never liked doing that.
Hang on, I'll give you a scan. He types in some stuff on the scanner nearby.
My
and
apprentice
goes,
was a pretty good pilot. He'd always wait to the last minute to take the shields down, though.
"Seems rather risky and unnecessary."
Or fun.
That was kind of his style.
Ah,
Could we float them blind? Like, as wreckage?
I was just thinking that. There's a lot of wreckage in the area. You might be able to pilot it on a course here. If you take the, and I'm never going to remember these fucking names. We renamed everything too. Rocinante? Rocinante, thank you.
You might want to have that in your notes instead of the drill diver.
Oh, I have it, and like I have to scroll down 4 pages to get to it.
Yeah, I love Rizzuto.
I'm gonna have to send you my GM notes format that I have, because I have like names are like the first thing for every session.
Yeah. All right, here's a course you could probably take here. The Rocinante may be your best bet. You're accompanied by one of the fighters, perhaps. You could probably get in and out of some of the debris and get really close to the station. But unless someone has the ability to push the debris, you're not going to be able to use it to shield you.
I was thinking just taking the Rossi, turning off the reactor after giving an impulse and just floating there. We would just look like debris.
Zora,
that might work.
Zora, do you have any mega abilities that could help us with the cloaking?
Nope.
That was never my specialty.
Oh, I have spells that work in space.
Any that would be of use to this
What do you got?
situation?
I could create a nebula.
That would be excellent, actually.
That might be good cover if we could make it like a big cloud.
That's essentially what it is. It's a big space cloud.
It would also draw attention if suddenly a ginormous cloud appears.
That's true.
I would try to like float in. If we get detected, we fire the thing up, create cover, and try to get in that way.
That might work.
And what if it doesn't work?
Take some good piloting to make yourself look like debris. So good luck. I'll be back here if you get too damaged to come back.
All right. Everybody, the Rossi.
Should we have a fighter escort just in case?
I mean, do you want to float in a fighter in space?
I was just
with a turned-off reactor.
I was just going to attach to you and float in with that.
That works. Just
I'll
turn off the reactor, turn off life support, everything. The whole thing needs to be dead.
All right.
Hey, that's the only way to look like debris. Otherwise, there's the scanners on the station may pick up life support.
All right.
Don't
Keep your suits on.
Laura pulls on a life suit.
Yep.
Are there any large chunks of debris?
Oh, there is a field of debris between here and the space station.
I'd say find the largest part, attach to it, do an initial burn, and then just glide in on inertia.
Yeah, that's exactly the plan. You do need some inertia, and then just like do an initial burn, and then turn off the engines as you approach the debris field, and just float in.
All right.
Helix is like, can we get an Alf back in here? I want to ask, like, if we do get detected, what kind of weapons we're dealing with?
The space station is equipped with a whole bunch of autocannons, and its long-range cannon is one very, very big debris-launching railgun.
All right. I think we can, like, Rosie can probably deal with the autocannons and not immediately fall apart. I'd rather not get hit by that railgun, though.
I'd rather not get hit by any of them, but...
Aye, that railgun wouldn't tear through it, but it'd really mess her up good. 2 shots from that might take her out, though. All right. Your plan looks pretty solid. There's a lot of debris between here and there. Good luck.
Well, let's hope.
All right. Because there are things being shot at already in the debris field, as well as other craft still attempting to get to the communications array, go ahead and play that the link I sent you there, everyone, to have on this background music for background ambience, the second one. The first one is for when you get inside.
Whoops, click the wrong one first.
How dare.
The one right above Saxton's comment about the freaking G-Man.
If Helix wasn't Helix and didn't have like her like symbiote thing going on, I would have her now like put on like a wool hat like Morpheus in the first Matrix when they're hiding from the Sentinels.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
See. All right, then I need you to give me a pilot check, Helix.
Yeah, one moment.
You look like debris.
Yeah, and Talurra has attached a fighter to the outside and then shut everything off and is just sitting there.
Yeah, and Dalgar has done the same. With his shitty little fighter.
Piloting.
It's moments like these where I wish I had my...
Oh, there's my piloting. Dirty 20.
Okay. As you do so, a large scanning array scans the debris that's being moved, but then you don't see any gunfire afterwards. So, as it stands right now, you think the replacer thinks you're debris.
All right. I continue to float on course.
The gunfire around you gets rather intense. A squadron of elven fighters attempting to break through kind of swarm around the debris near you, shaking the craft you're in, but not really hitting you in any way. You hear the sound of debris kind of echoing off the outside of the craft as the fighters are shot down by the massive railgun and a barrage of fire from the autocannons. You also witness some of the wall that it is catch some crossfire from the shots and get damaged.
You mean the station?
Blockade? No, the blockade.
Oh, okay. The blockade.
The blockade takes crossfire damage from the attack. The station gets shot at as well by the elven fighters, but they're shooting at the guns, specifically trying to disable the weapon systems. But it looks like a lot of the shielding from the space station has been moved towards the side of the station that has the guns on it. So they're not even getting through the shields.
All right. Yeah, I just continue to float. We seem to be undetected.
Yep. so far.
So just continue onwards.
It
Onwards
is
and
a
upwards.
slow-moving float. Some scanning array passes over your area again, scanning some of the fighters that were shot down. And then it doesn't seem to notice you the second time. As you continue to float towards the communications array, on the other side, you see kind of in the distance, way off, another group of fighters and stuff swarm in and attempt to attack the station. They don't look to be like attacking more than they look to be doing aggressive maneuvers to distract the guns from possibly you. You don't know. And the array they have moving around and stuff like that seems to work to quite a degree. You get very, very close to a hangar that you kind of aimed at from the distance, and you see the hangar is within 2 movements of your ship.
All right. Since we're not close enough, I tell everyone to hold the fuck on. I power up the ship, and I bolt for the hangar.
All right. You power up the ship. The shields fire up because I think the Rocinante has shields. I think it's got like 15 or 10 shielding. I'm pretty sure it does. And the debris in the area bounces off the shielding, and you take off. Within 2 turns, a barrage of fire flies your direction, but does not hit you, as you're too close to the station for it to really get to your ship at this point. And the guns in the area seem to turn on right as the Rocinante parks into the hangar.
As
Space Drifto.
Deja vu. As that's happening, Delgar would turn on the systems on his fighter so he can detach and land as well.
Yeah, same with Talurra.
Okay. The 2 fighters and the Rocinante land in the open hangar bay. And the hangar bay, I should state, is open because the door has been blasted off, presumably from some sort of impact.
As we're flying in, can I roll some perception checks to see if there's like any sentry guns in the hangar?
Sure.
Okay. Kind of don't want us to get shot as we get in, you know.
Yeah.
Can I take a shot at Dogard just for the hell of it?
I would see it. My passive was 17, which was much higher than what I just rolled.
17 does identify that there is a set of flat cannons mounted on either side of the door that leaves the hangar area. These look to be makeshift flat cannons of some kind. They were some sort of particle gun before. Now they're flat cannons on the door.
Would I have a chance to fire at it real quick before we go in?
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Okay. For those of you wondering, I'm using the Saber, which is the human fighter ship, and it sucks. So, +5 to hit. My pulse cannons! Pew pew! I rolled good. Dirty 20.
That's definitely a hit.
For a whopping... Ooh, wow, I rolled 3 5s in a row, so 15 mega damage.
Not only does that destroy the cannons, but it destroys the door underneath them.
Oh, geez.
If you'd hadn't destroyed them, Helix would have apologized to Rossi and then rolled the ship into them. Rossi is a tough girl. She can take it. She can take a bump.
Yep, that's for sure. She's got a nose for it, literally. And you park, and it does not appear to be any other guns or anything else in the area that you've noticed. You do notice a rather large spherical device of some kind that looks like something could sit inside of it. And it appears to have crashed through the hangar door and landed in this area as well. The debris is everywhere. You have to kind of avoid it when you're parking.
So there's no hostiles in the hangar.
Oh, yeah. So all of you who have survived this campaign so far and not changed characters immediately know what that pod is.
You hear over the radio
are the Saiyans here?
Sigh.
Would an experienced space pilot also recognize what this is?
You can give me a history check.
With someone who's been in a big space war. No.
In your particular part of the verse, replacers are kind of a myth.
Okay, so
13.
Right. 13, you've heard of these. You think the replacer got in with that, but you're not sure.
Okay.
And then Talurra chimes in on the radio.
Yeah, she's
Okay, yeah.
replace her ship.
I mean, if you want to call that a ship, it's more like a torpedo or missile.
I mean, isn't that what the drill dough is?
No, it's not.
At least the Rocinante has a purpose. Those things are only meant to destroy.
That's a purpose.
Perhaps,
I suppose.
perhaps we should focus and try to find this replacer. Or better
Yes.
yet, find a way to turn on the communications array.
Well, I think one will lead to the other.
And then
I mean, if
Dalgar
we
is going to
want-
be Mr. Extra, and the cockpit opens up, and he like jumps out and does a front flip. Because of course.
Oh my god. I mean, if we want to turn on the communications array and not get rid of the replacer, I doubt it'll stay on for long. So
Question.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are there any cardboard or small metal boxes around?
This hangar looks fairly clear of everything except chunks of debris from the door and the replacer's craft.
I actually spent one of my psionic abilities to do a flip.
Oh my god.
Then I may as well use some of my kinesis ability and throw some debris at the back of your head.
Yeah,
The back and
Talurra's
forth
in.
of your characters makes me laugh.
With my passive of 17, I think he would just like bzzzt the debris.
No.
Probably.
It
Yeah,
matches.
it's-
Remember, we've done this whole kinesis fight before.
Yeah.
We're basically evened out here.
well, since Helix knows now most definitely that there's a replacer on board, and I mean there was already but as she leaves the ship, her suit armors up and everything, like becomes more of a and the like clear visor becomes like more of a only two like slits remain for her to see through and everything. The armor appears like a little bit bulkier.
So those of you that have apparently encountered a replacer before, what should we expect?
Death.
Lots of death.
I heard some really disgusting stories about these. I never seen one, but oh boy.
All I've
You
heard
said
about
there's
them is apparently they can copy whatever they augment into themselves.
They basically rip you apart and use your parts for parts to make you different parts.
Ah,
Exactly.
I
Basically.
heard they like basically like a flesh Voltron and just like put parts and like just get bigger and like
Well, let's put it this way: when we
I do not
and
know
this
what a
was-
Voltron is, but that sounds horrible.
when
and this was a
here-
station full of fucking elves that shit magic.
Well, here's the thing. I can explain to you what happened when our ship was hit by a replacer. Well, every single person was piled into a room together and then was taken into pieces. Pretty much. So, needless to say, we should be expecting some very nasty looking stuff. So be prepared.
Any-
So we're in a hangar with no atmosphere and debris floating around.
Yeah. Yeah, the hangar has no atmosphere at this point.
And then I would rocket out and attach myself to the deck.
Okay.
Can't be
Anyway,
worse than some of the stuff I saw at Ratlock, so
any way that we could counteract anything that the replacer would throw at us?
Honestly, we did not fight the replacer. There was no need to, and no way we could have.
And perhaps
how
we
do you
shouldn't
kill
take
those
a,
things?
perhaps we shouldn't take a direct approach then.
I mean, in this case, we might be able to,
And why is that?
because we're stronger now.
It also probably already knows we're here. We just fired guns inside the ship.
Yes.
Power can bring
I think subtle.
power can bring arrogance, and that can be used against you.
Yeah. But
Perhaps
this
we can
thing
do the same
controls all the
thing.
electrical systems in the ship.
Perhaps we can do the same thing for the replacer.
Hmm.
A shoulder-mounted cannon can bring a big hole.
That's for sure. We might be able to use that too. If some of the corridors are blocked off, we might be able to make our own door. We need a map.
We should find our way to the main deck then.
Any access panel for the techies to hack into?
You do see an access panel in this particular debris-covered hangar, but it doesn't look online.
Can I try to jury rig it online?
You sure can. Give me a tech check.
Can I try and slice through the door?
There is a sealed, kind of like an airlock door that's behind the door he blew up.
So it would be episode 1 style, jamming the saber through the door and hoping to melt it through.
You think that the door would probably open fairly easily. It wouldn't need even much of a tech check to hack it, really, or link it, really. It would probably pop open pretty easy. It's designed to work mechanically in case there's a problem with the ship's power.
I got a 13.
Yeah.
Just be careful opening. If there's atmosphere in there, it's going to send a lot of debris flying.
And you manage to hack the terminal enough to get power to it, and it kind of flickers on. The screen looked kind of staticky and a bit like busted up, like something might have hit it, and that's why it lost power in the first place. You can kind of make out some of the things on it, and it looks like whoever or whatever is using this system is basically stealing information. You see a lot of access to a lot of different pieces and parts of information, scans, long-range scans, communications, everything, as if the replacer itself set itself up here to steal info from everything in the verse.
I would relay that to everybody.
Brainiac?
Okay, so
That could be a name for it, yes.
In case we can't kill it, we should just blow this thing up so it stops, right?
Yeah, but if we do that, then we have to help the dwarves build a communications array so the verse has communications again. That is an option, though.
That's better than having a replacer listen to everything we say?
That's true.
Maybe we could shut down the power for at least the weapons to be turned off.
That just made me realize...
we could access the power station. We could probably kill the whole thing, at least temporarily.
That just made me realize it probably is listening in right now.
The screen that you're looking at flickers, and words print across the screen that says, "I am aware."
Helix...
Dalgar turns off their comms.
Helix just uses her telepathic abilities to now, like, address other people, and it's like, all right, I think we need to approach this differently. And it's like talking to, I don't know, Dalgar. Dalgar's also psionic, so it works.
I can also use telepathy.
Yeah.
I believe
we can
that we
only
should
do it, however, with one person at a time. I can only form a telepathic link with one person at a time. However,
what's the range on yours?
My range is miles equal to my charisma bonus was a +4, so I have a 4-mile range, but only to one person.
Wow. Okay. Mine's 60 foot, but it can be to like everybody within that.
I mean, it's like for me, I can make a telepathic connection to one person, and then I can talk to them. Like they need to be within 30 feet, and then I can talk to them whenever they're within like 4 miles. And it lasts currently for 7 minutes only, though. So yeah, but and we must share language. It's more limited, but has like greater range. But only lasts 7 minutes. It's kind of like how long it lasts is equal to my sorcerer level.
So you're the broadcaster, and Dalgar is the relay.
Yeah, Dalgar. It's anyone within 60 feet as long as they can understand language. So if it's a non-sentient being, I can't communicate with them with telepathy. So if we go up to a horse and I go, "Hi, how are you?" the horse is going to have no idea what's going on.
What is he in a
Unless the
long
horse
face?
is a mimic.
But yeah, Helix. Okay, let's stick to telepathic communication or verbal.
Then we should stick together.
And Helix looks around. Okay, so who of you has never like had to do verbal communication in space, like in vacuum?
Only once during an
uses
emergency.
a series of odd gestures as if trying to speak using his hands. The only person who understands him, however, is Talurra.
I was about to say that. I wish I knew these kids.
Helix looks to him, then goes over to Talurra and just like takes like puts her helmet basically against Talurra's helmet and just starts talking, and like the vibrations that travel like from through the air and then into the other houses, you can hear it that way.
So what are you saying?
It's just you do it like this.
Talurra just kind of looks and replies back, or you could just use hand signs like he's doing.
Uses military hand signals.
Much more efficient.
Eisen is aware of a series of militaristic hand signals that are actually fairly easy to understand, even if you don't know how to speak with your hands. So
imagine like Helix also has some like hand signals. However, those are like only like relevant to her people. So it's like,
did you not see what I just did?
So this is going to be fun because I have message.
Nice.
But perhaps
That's awesome.
Perhaps we should use this. Would be limited, but we should be using this form of communication instead. It appears that this
You say
replacer.
telepathically.
Oh yeah, of course. Until I say otherwise, I'm just
Got it.
assume
Okay.
telepathically from now on. Because this replacer seems to take communications as its specialty.
it's outstanding.
Locapion signs a wise choice of actions to Talurra.
Talurra will nod, and I assume Talurra probably knows, since she probably just kind of gives him a nod, and then looks to the others and kind of gives the thumbs up, a very basic, much more simplistic way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the universal sign of I get it.
Well, the other one is the okay sign, but
also if you kind of tilt the thumb back a bit, it means you're a hitchhiker. So that's only useful if you have a towel, though.
Don't forget your towel.
Zora, how are you doing on that door? If I recall, Zora was trying to open it or something.
Yeah, Zora's found the release mechanism for the door by now.
I thought Zora was trying to cut it.
Well, the original idea was questioning if I could just cut through it, but I can just simply use kinesis to manually operate it.
Yep. Yeah, using kinesis, you're able to manually operate it. The manual operation seems to be a bit sticky, but your kinesis is easily able to activate through the kind of sticky nature of the manual operation. Looks like it's probably been a very long time since the elves used this thing manually. A loud squeak is heard, probably from the other side, of Rusty, or a series of things moving, and a gush of air is kind of like rushes outwards, and debris is kind of speckled across all of you lightly as it's floating in the hangar. That Locapion just moves towards the open door and goes,
gives a rally sign and moves in behind him.
Talurra follows in behind Eisen.
Dalgar tries to take the front. Next to
I
next
don't
to
think
him.
Dalgar's
Side by
getting to the
side.
front, considering.
as you all kind of fit through, does the last of you close the door behind you?
Yeah,
I'm assuming Helix is the last one.
Yeah, Helix is the last one.
Are we doing
This is all easily closable, actually.
Are we doing the Halo Reach thing? Where
Yeah.
all the elite zealots are there, and they like, come in and they close the door.
Yeah, I'll
the door
close the
does
door
easily
behind me.
Okay. As you close the door behind you, a is heard as it kind of repressurizes, and the door in front of you slides open. But the door in front of Locathion slides open. And Locathion kind of waves his hand around and chants kind of softly, and then his eyes kind of glow like a purplish color instead of the golden color that they normally are. And he looks around for a bit before the effect kind of like ends. And he signs to Talurra, there does not appear to be any magic here.
Check my wrist computer, see if there's a breathable atmosphere.
Yes.
Well, looks like we can talk in here now.
Dalgar's helmet unfolds or whatever it is on these suits. If he takes it off, he takes it off.
You can just peel it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talurra takes the.
Dalgar says, "I still in telepathy, or telepathically.
Yep.
I still think that we shouldn't say anything out loud. There might be recording devices on surveillance systems through these hallways and whatnot."
Talurra just kind of looks to Dalgar and just kind of says, "It knows we're here. It knows where we're gonna be unless we split up and get ridiculous with this. As long as we keep our communications limited, it won't have much of an idea. Any strategy talk can be done internally. Also, no magic, according to
everybody else.
And she'll.
So, is Helix's ability to project a spell or?
No, Helix's is literally that she can telepathically link with someone.
Okay, so we take one telepath with us, and then the other group would have Dalgar.
Why are we splitting up?
No,
I thought you just said split up.
No.
Don't split up.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if we're going nuts, then we'll split up. But
okay, misunderstood. Sorry.
It's all good.
Locathion signs over to you guys. If you need a distraction, I can go alone somewhere to create one. After all, if I die, I'll just appear somewhere else, and I can phase back here.
We don't.
That's convenient.
We don't need a martyr, and apparently a replacer would be able to use your body. That wouldn't be wise.
I don't leave a corpse.
Talurra will translate that back as he doesn't leave a corpse.
Oh, I was communicating with him telepathy, so he could. Sorry.
Yeah, he understood, but he just said he replied with he doesn't leave I don't leave a corpse, but you don't understand the sign language he's using.
Which Talurra then promptly responds to as in he doesn't leave a corpse.
Well, if he can go take down surveillance, we can work our way towards the power grid and shut it down.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
Would I know if this system should be in the middle? The elves always build a central design.
So this is a space station, right?
Yes, a huge one.
Does it require power to maintain orbit or something like that?
No, it's alone in space, so it doesn't need power to maintain an orbit of any kind. If you shut off the power, the system would just not have power.
Okay, good.
But it would allow the entire elven army to start moving in too.
Why does it sound like the elves build space stations like the Kardashians?
In the Dark Matter PDF and book, the pictures they have for elven spaceships, they look like giant trees turned sideways.
Yes. The space station itself, uses plants as its wiring. It's a very special type of biological plant that can conduct electricity through the ship. It can be shut down, however, basically by disconnecting the power system from the plants. So unless you're an elf or a druid or something, or a wizard of some kind, you basically can't use the electricity in the ship.
Well, I mean, at least I can help with that.
So it's a bio-neural interface.
Yes, using the plant as the biological part of the interface.
Yeah, I assume Talurra knows her way around these things, so...
Locathion is right. The heart of the space station, or heart of the space station, is where the power is, and it's most likely in the middle.
Yeah. Talurra's like, if we can get there, I can shut it off.
Then
I'm experienced with Elven.
Then let's go.
And yes, Locathion, that would be a great idea, too, for a distraction.
Locathion then signs over to Talurra. Give me a few minutes, and then move towards the power core. I'll create a diversion.
She'll sign back, good luck.
Lucapion nods and then zooms down the corridor, kind of barely touching the ground, using his wings kind of to glide.
Lucapion, I don't need luck. I have bullets.
Well, in Lucapion's case, he has infinite fire rays. So yeah,
and he can respawn.
Yeah, and he respawns if he dies because he's an outsider.
Respawns.
Dip,
Basically,
dip, dip.
The material plane
Like,
is his plane that he's bound to, and he is basically like a petitioner. If you kill him, he just comes back again.
If he dies, he goes back to like a map screen, and then he can select a new spawn point.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
Is this a quick respawn server though?
It depends on the lag. Where he'll pop in at, And as he zooms down the corridor and begins like firing away at some guns and stuff in the distance, you hear some gunfire, and you think your distraction has been created.
All right.
Off we go.
Talurra's gonna give the move out.
Mm-hmm. Dagar's right behind
You
you.
begin moving towards the center of the space station. The maze of corridors is only made easier to navigate by Talurra's ability to read the elven scrawling that's on the wall to tell you where to go. Any of you that speak elven, of course, can read them too. But the elven ship is at least fairly easily labeled, while the corridors all look very much the same and are quite confusing. The labels are pretty much all that get you along. That and Talurra's experience with having navigated it. You get towards an area that looks like this corridor is probably well armed. A series of kind of like turrets is down the corridor. You know that you can get past this corridor in one of two ways. You could attempt to go through the vents, or you could fight your way down the corridor.
I don't think Eisen's going to fit in these vents.
I was about to say, I don't think Eisen will fit through the vents.
Imagine
No offense,
a Dwarven Reinhardt, and that's pretty much Eisen.
Just shove me in there. I'll fire the rockets and make the vents wider.
You just
You
hear
sound like Iron Man trying to crawl through the ventilation system.
you just hear like the item. You hear like the item noise in video games when it accidentally clips into the wall, and you just hear like kunk, 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 kunk. That's just Eisen the whole way.
No, I make it 2 meters and then the section falls.
Yeah.
Alternatively, Eisen goes first, and then just like suddenly, like he's I'm stuck.
I could psionically push Eisen forward.
Just a loud metal screeching sound as he's shoved down the pipe.
Helix says, well, some of us could sneak through here and then pop out on the other side, and we can like take them from both sides.
So how many turrets does it look like is down there?
4 sets of 2.
Is there cover?
How about you and me, Helix?
It's a hallway, so not really.
I mean,
unfortunately, elven hallways aren't built like dwarven hallways where there's cover.
I mean, going into this hallway, do we have to like make a round a corner to go into it?
Yeah, you have to round a corner to go into it. Mm-hmm.
So we could peek and fire and then move back in.
I feel like it's part of dwarven space ship architecture that they make waist-high barriers.
Yes, there's actually
everywhere.
All corridors have cover built down the corridor in case of firefights.
Do not make fun of our waist-high walls and sepia tone color scheme.
Oh wait, sorry. Are they full-size walls for you guys?
Where's the nearest exterior hole?
The best part is, I think Talurra is actually shorter than Eisen.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's the part.
What's your heights? Yeah, I gotta double check mine too.
Talurra is 4 foot something. 4'7".
See what? How high did the dwarfs get? Because I was near the top of it.
Dwarves, I think, get up to 5 feet. It's like the tallest they get.
Yeah, I think I was around 5.
I'm 5 foot.
Talurra does not take back what she says.
Can we just punt the gnome
Oh,
down
hey,
the
your
hole then?
video now. Did you finally get your camera working?
No, this is an illusion.
Minor
no,
illusion.
this is true. I kind of forgot that my camera actually is. I had it, but it hadn't. I was like, wait, I have my camera there, but it's not on for some reason. And the reason why it wasn't on is because I need to turn this down, though it's too bright. I got it today, and I plugged it in, but I didn't plug it in fully, and then the game was on, and it was like, okay, what do I do now? And it's like, now I was like, wait, I should figure this out really quick, and I did, and it works.
did it.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm not going to be able to fit the vents, the shorty squad can go through the vents, flank around the
there's
other
only
side.
one part of the shorty squad here.
Well, we could split and then attack from both ends.
That would probably be a good idea. Here's a
Alright.
question:
Definitely.
which side it gives the most, like, the best options for the melee user like me?
The other side, because you
Alright.
attack the turrets from below.
Talurra's like, I'm going in the vents.
Dalgar
I'm
follows.
sticking with my combat buddy, meaning Talurra.
Alright.
Oh, then
You
I guess
Then
I'll
I
stay.
stick with Eisen.
I mean, you're ranged, so yeah.
Then I guess I'll stay because I'm better. I'm pretty decent at being a remote shield. Like I don't need to be next to you to help protect. So
Just
Well,
going to
that's
stand in
true.
the middle of the hall and go shing, 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 shing.
just let Zipper block all the shots.
oh, I wish that's how it worked.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I wish I got the monk deflect missiles. That'd be nice.
My shtick.
That would be really cool. I'm surprised you don't get like a similar ability or something like that.
I do. It's the psionic shield, but it's not as cool.
Alright, well, do we need do we get a surprise if I pie the corner and take shots at the first turret?
You might want to wait for us
yes,
to get
I
into
will
position
allow-
first, though.
I will allow you a surprise round to Eisen for pot shots around the corner. So I'm going to say that Talurra and Zora kind of pop through the vents and start making their way down the vents. While Eisen, you're able to pop around the corner and get a shoulder cannon off at one of the
Well,
turrets.
I would wait till they get set at the other end.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to think Eisen just has shoulder missile silos and it just like goes.
I'm not a Doot demon, but
He's not heavy arms here.
Eisen just looks like Blastoise.
Oh, that'd actually be
Yes.
pretty cool.
I think
That would
I think
be-
he has to have two cannons for that to match.
this is like the new Starship
Mega
Troopers
Blastoise.
movie with the shoulder-mounted cannon.
Yeah.
I would actually need to restart my computer to fix the light.
Oof.
Oh well, I'm here. Hi, I'm just
Yay!
blinded.
You're a bright shining star.
Blinded
I'm
by
very-
the light.
It's like you're on a
Very
stage.
bright.
You're blinded.
Yeah, I got a webcam that has like a ring light attached because my lighting situation in my room is pretty shit. So I was like, I'm gonna fix that with a new, better webcam than the old one I had. My little brother got that one.
Well, a popping
Okay,
shot
sorry.
with a shoulder cannon, 18 to hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
Would be 17.
All right. The turret explodes.
And I move right back in behind the wall.
The other turret that's there in that particular section fires blindly down the hallway as you kind of take cover.
Oh, I think they know we're here.
You think?
What gave you that
Really?
idea? It's like I gotta have the sense.
As the turret opens fire and you all kind of make the commentary, you hear kind of in a hallway speaker, "We are aware of all of your presence."
So are we. Congratulations.
Can I use kinesis to rip the speaker out of the wall?
Yeah, you can.
I'll take the ripped out speaker and can I throw it at one of the turrets?
Sure. Maybe a telekinetic thrust, or are you just gonna? Yeah.
Let's see.
Can you TK it over there and do damage?
Oh no, there is a to hit. So let me.
That's what I mean.
Um, Spoofy. Oh, there it is. It's marked really weird. Everything else, where it has like a certain amount of like Bardic Inspiration stuff, I have like little check boxes that you fill in. But for this, it's like a plus or minus, and it just gives you the number that you have left. Always confuses me. But all right. Nat 20.
Oh, good lord! All right.
That's D8 plus intelligence mod, so I guess it's 2d8. 16.
Damage?
Yep. Bludgeoning, I guess.
Okay, it explodes.
Do we roll that beautiful bean footage now?
From the other side, the two of you that went down the vent, Zora and Talurra, you also can make attack rolls versus the turrets that are above you on your side of the hallway. Now that you've gotten to the other end.
All right, acid
So both
punch.
of you give me attack rolls.
Copy that.
I'd like to think Zora's is you just like point where the blade comes out of the hilt, like that way on the wall, and you just turn it on, and it goes through the wall. And just
All right. 25 to hit for me.
Dirty 20 on mine.
Definitely a hit in both cases.
Sweet.
And since I'm doing it two-handed, I do get 1d10.
Yep, don't forget that. That's
Actually,
important.
hang on. Wait. I can one-up this. Which one do I want? I'll just use the right eye of Ra and channel in a cantrip.
Okay.
I just need to figure out the damage. Give me 1 second. It's 269.
You rolling damage there, Talurra?
Actually, I do have a question. Did I beat its armor class by, was it 5 or more?
You beat its armor class by 10.
Sweet.
Ooh.
The turrets have 15 AC.
Oh, wow. All right, perfect. That makes it way easier for me to do math. It's more money to my math.
Ooh. 10 radiant. Actually, no, 17 radiant because my blade and the Eye of Ra are both radiant.
Nice. You blow up the turret.
Nice.
I do 23.
23, it's dead. It explodes.
Sweet.
Well, it wasn't alive in the first place, but now it's in pieces.
Now it's very dead.
There are 2 turrets left, and we begin.
Did Helix get attack off?
No, Helix did not attack yet.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Helix. You get a surprise round too.
I'm pretty sure Hera hasn't gone.
Everyone else has gotten one. There's only 2 turrets left.
So we're trying something, okay? So Helix pops out. As a bonus action, I cast Hex on 1 turret, and then I'll fire 1 of my Eldritch Blast missiles at each.
All right.
So that is a... Oh my god, what's my attack bonus again?
+8.
I think it's +8, yeah. Okay, so that's a 24 and a 27.
Hit and hit.
Another 10, there we go. All right, so that's 14 damage on one. Oh, and 14 damage on the other. Both take 14 damage.
Both turrets look as though they have 1 hit point left.
God damn it!
Missed it by that much.
Literally, they have 15 hit points.
Oh no!
15 AC, 15 hit points.
Can I pull some bullshit real quick?
Combat.
That's my turn then.
So we go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just going to ask if I could pull some bullshit and use the kinesis to effectively turn one of the turrets so they both shoot at each other for that remaining hit point. I'm being more facetious. I don't actually believe I could get away with that.
You know what? If Dalgar jumps in on it and moves the other one towards it, then I will say you can make them shoot each other.
Why not?
I would
like
rather
that,
have
right?
it shoot me.
What are they, Droidicus?
All right, fine.
If you using your telekinesis, you and Dalgar managed to move the guns as they're about to open up towards each other, and they open fire and blow each other to pieces. So I'll say that you can do that for the last remaining 2 hit points, just to fast forward past the combat.
Man, you guys make a great team.
Good strategy. Good strategy. If both of you don't have an inspiration point for the event, everyone gets one now. So if you don't have one, you get one, because that was a good strategy. Everyone
has like a victory animation, the Final Fantasy stuff.
Pretty much. And the corridor leading to the power station is open. Inside the power station array, you see a very large, not dark matter reactor, but a very large, some sort of bioreactor. You don't know how the elves have this thing hooked up, but you do know how to disconnect it. There's very clearly a button that says, in case of need to shut down station, pull lever. And
I mean, I'm assuming it says it in Elven.
Yeah, it is.
Does anyone else understand Elven?
Nope. Yo.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said yo, and it sounded like it was getting drowned out by the nose, so I just wanted to make it clear I do understand Elven.
Doesn't hurt to be clear.
You very clearly see the lever on the end there that says you can kind of shut it down by pulling the lever.
Point.
Zora will kinesis.
All right, and using your kinesis, you disable the lever, and as you hit the lever, everything goes dead silent. So I should state that if you weren't already playing that first link of background sound, you should play it now. And I'll even play it on my end over here. Why not?
You'll have to send me both of those for Future Scott.
They're at the top of the Zoom chat.
Future Scotty, don't forget to put these sounds in.
Okay.
If you, Scotty, edit that out.
Scotty, I want a hamburger flowing slowly from the right-hand side of the screen all the way across.
You know what? Out of spite, Future Scott might just put up like F you.
I'm also sorry about the sudden camera, by the way, just because I don't know, like it was bugging me.
I love making Future Scott do stuff. All right. It's been a while since I've done that, so this is like flashback for me.
Yeah, not PTSD at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as you pull that lever, the entire station has a resounding boom, kind of shuts down. You do still hear some ambience, which is the ambience I told you to play that's kind of in the background there. But everything else is dead silent otherwise.
I just realized because of both my saber, my hair, and my robes, I'm effectively a walking pink glow light.
You indeed are.
I'm an orange glow light only if I have my saber on.
Talurra disappears into the shadows pretty much.
Are you? Oh, I'm curious. Is Talurra a drow or a star drow?
Star drow.
Ooh, okay.
Which means I'm extra stealthy at all points.
For those that don't know, with the bajillion different kinds of sub-elf races that are in D&D, Dark Matter has star versions of all of them.
Yeah. And I am going to actually roll stealth here for Talurra. There's a 19 on the die, which means that is a 28.
Okay.
So, and effectively, if anyone's using passive perception, that would be a 33. They would need a passive perception of 33 to find me.
I don't think that's actually in any stats, unless you have a homebrew creature that somehow has that. And if it does, dear God.
I don't know, something like Tiamat, I believe.
I think
maybe.
No, the highest one is a 30 passive, and that's a not Demon Prince demon. I keep forgetting what it's called. Starts with the M. It has like a wolf head and a snake head.
Oh, the one you fought, that we fought in the Trackless Sea, isn't it?
Yeah, the one from Trackless Sea.
I forget its name.
Manticore.
No, definitely not.
Oh, well, whatever. It's in Mordakai, whatever. Anyway,
Murdy-curdy.
look up the highest.
No, Tiamat has passive perception 36.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And true sight.
Yep, because dragon.
Yeah.
So
You
that
can't hide
makes
in
it-
shadows from Tiamat.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were some people in Tranquil Sea that could sneak up on Tiamat.
Probably, actually, yeah.
He literally slipped into the
Um,
shadows at one point. So that was good.
that is true. Everything's dead. Except for you guys.
Good.
Should
All
we,
right.
Should we let the replacer come to us, or should we go to it? I'd assume it would be trying to come back here to turn everything back on.
Wait, was that the power we just turned off?
Yep.
Right? Yes.
Could try and lay a trap here.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm not a tactician, former war leader, general, something.
Okay,
I'm just a
Horace.
pilot, but
Do you think?
LA is at the door, ranged, hidden behind cover.
Talurra? Wait, Talurra? Talurra, just saying to the open somewhere. Do you know if the replacer would be destroyed if it was hypothetically inside this, as I point at the reactor, when it's turned on?
I mean, not much would survive that, even no matter what.
Perhaps we could try to lure it in here, and then Zora or I or both could try to get it in there, and we turn it back on.
That's if it decides it's coming after us.
A
Coming
shimmering golden light is seen from the other end of the hallway.
Well, I think that answers that question.
It's into a defensive stance. And
As you
moves-
get into offensive stance, you see the shimmering, glowing light, golden light seems to be connected to your friend Locathia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's Locathia.
As the golden side of him literally illuminates in the darkness, like
Okay.
a candle.
this golden wind play.
No,
I, Locathia, have a dream. Does anyone
Yeah.
else hear a piano?
is Locathia's father just gold member effectively? I like gold.
I like you.
That's the wrong gold member.
That's the right gold member.
Could be Goldfinger.
No, gold member's way better. Nobody remembers Goldfinger. Everybody remembers gold
Remembers
member.
gold member.
Smoking a pancake. I
I'm
watched
from
that whole.
Holland, decent at the beyond.
I watched that entire series recently.
I love that. I
It's
love
so
awesome.
good.
All of that is such a great.
So, do you think we need to try to draw out this thing?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to hide. It's not the type to hide, as far as I can tell.
Dalgar
was-
sits in front of the door with the lightsaber off, in a meditative sitting, like legs crossed, waiting for it.
Aren't these things normally infiltrators?
Yeah.
And we should be wary. It may be using stealth to get to us.
Yes. And Talurra is going to go and hide again.
Against my better judgment, Zora will be on the opposite side of Dalgar, waiting for the entry, not meditating, just sitting there brooding.
Oh, that's
Right.
going to be the bait. Oh, well.
How big is this room?
This is a fairly large reactor room. It's about like 100 feet around.
And it's pitch black in here.
Uh-huh.
Well, a lot of us are glowing, so I don't know. It's pitch black, per se. Ooh.
Locathion just kind of goes, tell you what, I'm going to hide on another plane of existence. I'll be right back when the fight starts.
All right.
I cast invisibility.
You know
I
what?
just hide.
I want to get in the middle of the room and shoot a flare up into the ceiling, casting daylight.
It's against
All right.
Dalgar's order to attack with deception, so he's sitting there in the open waiting for him.
Oh,
And
Talurra is
I'm-
suddenly blinded by the daylight. Fucker.
I'm,
You even hear her say that, like, you fucker.
I'm effectively the polar opposite of Dalgar, and I'm going to open up a quick planar portal and hop into an alternate plane and also wait for that bastard to show up. I have no problems whatsoever using deception.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
How do you know when you're on another plane of existence when you need to come back?
You
The
don't.
ethereal plane.
When you hear the screams.
Your
Oh,
ethereal
okay.
plane mimics the real
If you're
plane.
only on the I didn't know which plane, so
Yeah.
Well,
If
to
you
be
had
fair, I
asked
didn't specify.
Locatheon, he would have told you. But Locatheon just popped over to the ethereal plane real quick.
I may as well match because that's the best way of getting a surprise on.
Because you
Yeah, he did-
literally don't exist there, but you can see everything on it.
so Helix goes invisible, and it looks like her basically. For those of you who have seen X-Men, when Mystique transforms, it's basically that effect, but instead of like changing beneath, she
It's
just
going
vanishes. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like
It
that.
is a really cool effect.
Yeah, that is a really cool effect. I like that.
At least the room is now brightly lit.
So
Dark Elf, no.
I mean, as long as it's not actual sunlight, so it's fine.
So
yeah, because the
just really
daylight
acting
spell
bright.
actually doesn't create sunlight, so it's kind of like if it
It's just a more
created-
powerful light spell,
Yeah, if it created actual sunlight, it would be really, really good, I think.
or really bad, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, but
real quick,
imagine how nice it would be in a vampire campaign.
I know because I let you guys do it.
Yeah.
so real fast, Blake, just so you know, as a planar focus, I am concentrating on the verse, which allows me to have a critical hit on both a 19 and a 20.
Nice.
I'm going
I
to
like
keep
that.
going to keep that one handy for a bit.
Though I'm sitting there meditating, I am listening in to try to hear it coming because apparently it will try to sneak up. So whenever you need me to, I'll roll perception.
Okay. Everyone who's on this plane, which pretty much means everyone except Locatheon and Zora, need to give me a perception check.
A quick question. I have expertise in survival, so would I be able to see if this thing's coming or track it?
I will say that you can roll perception at advantage because you kind of are aware of like different things that might be key indicators that something is moving with stealth.
I got a nat 20.
26. I almost nat 20.
30-20.
All right. Helix.
One moment. 15.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and like barricade my self in a spot and pop out that dwarf and hologram wall as well.
All right. You got the hologram wall up in front of you, and everyone except Helix notices
not
the
chest high.
replacer.
I know.
Notices the replacer stealthing down the hallway.
All right.
But I will say,
I ready a
your
dodge.
perception is not of a machine. You see an elf moving down the hallway stealthily. But something about this elf's movements don't seem normal.
Delgar is readying a dodge action, but he is still like sitting there.
What's the range of this elf?
I'm sorry.
Free range.
Oh,
It's free
how
range.
far away?
Yes.
It's free range elf. You're right. It is.
Suddenly cowboy hat.
It's about 100 feet down the hallway.
No, I think it's machine separated, actually.
I want to take aim with my rifle at it and pop a shot off.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, and then we will begin initiative.
21 to hit.
That hits.
That will be
57,000 damage.
7 thunder damage.
All right.
Oh, it's a sonic weapon.
It's a concussion rifle.
Hmm.
said 7 thunder.
Yes.
Okay. Initiative.
Whee!
Ugh.
No, not bad. Okay.
That the sound Locathian makes as he rolls horribly.
That'll probably
Yeah,
be the only nat 20 I
is
get
the-
tonight, so 22.
I rolled
Whoop.
bad initiative sound. for
That makes
Locathian.
sense for Eisen since you already were aiming your gun and you fired. I got 19.
— 21.
13. So you be right back. I need something to drink.
All right.
Remember to hydrate, folks.
Don't dehydrate.
Exactly.
And what was your initiative, Bison?
22.
Awesome.
What about Zydrate?
I mean, if you're able to. Not everyone has the capacity.
I wanted to post that in our Discord. The whole Zydrate comes in a little glass vial. I was so afraid not many people would get that joke enough for me to post it.
Always post a joke. You'll get someone who will appreciate it, usually.
Zora, roll off.
Oh,
Well, actually, what's your dexterity modifier?
Dex is 2.
Okay. The replacer is 20 the greater.
Crap. Oh well, at least I'm in a currently different plane. Oh, I will need to ping you with a question and
Hang away, do sir.
All right, back.
Hang on, I'm just getting the initiative in order here so that it's not a confusing mess when we read it.
Something I miss for being in person. Be really easy to just have the DM screen, and you have like paper clips, or not paper clips, clothesline clips. And you have
Yeah.
everyone's names on it, and you can just
Clothespins, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. All right, there is the initiative order. So top of the initiative.
Top of the morning to you, Eisen.
Top of the morning, so it's still 120. So I'm gonna. Well, how far you say it was 100 away?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna fire another round from my rifle. That would be. Actually,
This is when the for future Scott. This is when the other music would start up, right?
Yes.
don't forget the burger.
That burger is going to get shot down. Future Scott makes the burger get shot down.
Hey, if it gets shot down, it still comes across the screen. I am perfectly happy with this.
I'm gonna have to learn
So
how to do
stay
that.
tuned to YouTube to find out what all of this means. Those of you at home.
Or you'd have no clue because Scotty's not going to do it, and it'd be even funnier that way.
It'll be just a big picture of FU. I have no doubts about it. If even that.
Just your picture is just going to replace with "fuck you."
here's a litmus test to see if we hit or not. 14.
Miss.
Oh, great! A stormtrooper.
Yeah. Actually, a 14 would be, it like moves out of the way.
At least I'm getting its attention.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to have my attention. It's going to have full attention from me
You-
soon.
Okay, you said it looks like an elf going down the hallway,
Yes.
but it's like 100 some feet away and it's dark, so I wouldn't be able to tell anything more than that. I was gonna ask,
Well,
like, what kind of elf, or is it like a Frankenstein's monster where it has like there's a
you
little
can
drow
kind of
piece
see
here,
it.
wood elf here?
You can kind of see it in the flare light that's glowing.
Not really an ability, but can I taunt this thing?
One ear is a little smaller than the other.
Actually, its skin and all of its actual appearance looks almost normal elven. The only key thing was that it seemed to have been moving oddly. Something about its movement seemed unnatural.
Hmm.
And only because your passive perception is so high did you even notice. You think the average person would just go, maybe he's got a limp or whatever. But you're like, no, I don't think so.
Come on, you leaf lover.
All right, next on initiative, Talurra.
All right. Well, I'm assuming I get advantage because I'm stealthed for this attack.
Yes.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna do punch. Actually, I can't do punch because I don't want to do punch because I wouldn't be able to. So I'll just take advantage of this and use
Currently
chill
100,
touch.
100 feet away.
I can blink up to how I can move in around up to 1 sec. Let's see. 30, 50. Where's my dash attack? 60. I can move up to 65 feet in around without using any double movement. So, but yeah, no, it's not. I'm going to use my chill touch on it.
Okay.
I'm so glad I invested. Actually, yeah, chill touch is 120 feet range. Good. I had to double check. I'm like, shit, wait, does it have range? Yes, it does. All right.
Yes, the touch spell has range.
Yes, it makes 0 sense, and I hate it.
Uh-huh.
All right, that'll be a. 1 second, I'm actually gonna write down 120 range on this thing so I remember it. That'll be a 18 to hit. Hit. 5 or more. Oh, it doesn't matter actually. Never mind.
No.
It's not a melee attack, so it doesn't matter anyways. D8, D8. Ooh, that's a lot of damage actually. 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I think yes. 23 points of damage.
All right.
And I get 3 temp HP from that. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Then next on initiative. Oh, the strange elf ghost. Replacer.
Totally not replacer.
Totally not a replacer.
The machine, like I said, the machine separated elf.
Yeah. It looks down the hallway and its eyes kind of go and kind of gleam a red color ever so briefly as it sort of looks back and forth over the group of you. And then its eyes move towards Eisen, which did damage to it first.
That's fair. He has a giant brick house behind too.
That's true. And he's behind a giant holographic wall.
Brick house.
Actually, that is
our
true. He's behind a holographic wall. You know what? Yeah, he'll look over at Talurra.
All right.
Because Talurra popped up out of nowhere. And that's not cool.
That's no good.
Ooh, a new elf to augment into themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Then it seems to like ready itself like it's going to charge really fast. And then the outline of it glows red ever so briefly. And it's literally immediately standing in front of Talurra as it attacks.
It rolls with disadvantage against me.
What effect is this?
This is my what's it called? My leading edge tactics. As such, attacks during the first round of combat have disadvantage against you.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I just naturally generate this. It's really nice.
What's your AC?
It is 18.
Because of your ability, it missed.
Yes.
Sorry, it has more than one attack. I should have.
Still has a disadvantage on that attack.
Right.
So.
Right. Should have stated that.
What kind of attack is it doing?
Right now, it just looks like it's punching.
I remember the last campaign I had where you had your replacers. My character was extremely phobic of them. He was shitting himself the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Right now, it just looks like it's punching. Next on initiative, Zora. There's a very odd elf punching at your friend. Everyone else appears to be shooting at it.
So he's already in the room?
Yep.
Jeez.
He's in
you
front
just-
of me.
No,
You
I-
literally saw it phase out of existence and then reappear in front of Talurra and throw a series of very
Yes.
focused punches.
Missed that completely. I do terribly apologize.
Nope, you're good.
So first and foremost, bonus action for Elemental Earth. So I get that extra 2 AC. That is so absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
And I may as well blink right behind him using an additional Arcana point and take my swings.
All right.
Oh, wait, no, I need to specify that I am channeling a spell. Which one did I want to use? I'll just use one that'll hit a single target. I don't want to screw up everybody just yet.
Unless it's Dalgar, and then you in case fire away for you.
Well, if it's Dalgar and Talurra within a 5 foot meter from Zora, yeah, she's gonna light the shit up. At the moment, it's just you and him. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. Give me just a second. I just saw something else that I can use instead.
Well,
I am so sorry. It's a dark matter spell, so I have to go double check the implications here. I'm so sorry. Well, would have helped if. Okay, almost there. Bear with me. I'm so sorry.
nope, no problem.
Here we go. Aha, okay, it is only 5 feet. So I will actually channel Circuit Breaker into my blade, which is a 5 foot cube, meaning it should only affect me and it
Right.
if I'm attacking from behind it. So roll to hit is, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. So that is 1d10 and 3d8 lightning damage.
Ooh.
$27 total damage.
All right.
And I also get a secondary swing, which is just another normal attack.
Mhm.
Does a 19 hit?
19 hits.
I only asked that stupid question because that is technically a crit for me.
That would be a crit then.
Yay. 2d10. Should have done it on the first one. Would at least have critted the spell too. Nice. 16 radiant damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. Then we have Dalgar.
Strength save for my bonus action.
All right. 24.
Okay. So I do not psionically pull them towards me. That's fine. I spend half my movement to get up, and I take the dodge action. Just when
All right.
I'm ready.
Okie dokie. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Helix.
All right. I'm invisible, so I get advantage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna fire my we're gonna double fire. No, wait. If I cast the spell, casting the spell already breaks invisibility, right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter what kind of spell. Yeah.
No, I don't think actually it breaks. I think actually every
No, it would
spell
break
breaks.
it anyway because it's
Yeah.
another concentration spell.
Yes.
So. All
Spell.
right. Spell. So yeah, we are going to shoot 2 missiles at this.
And hex
with
it.
advantage. And then hex it, because if I hex it first, I don't have advantage anymore.
Yes.
The first one is 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
And the second one is a 25 to hit.
That's also a hit.
For a total of 18 damage from both.
Altogether?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I
Alright.
cast Hex on it.
Okay. And last but not least, Locathion phases back into this plane. And then attempts to shoot it with a fire ray. He misses. Though just barely. He shoots a fire ray at it and it kind of goes, moves out of the way. All right. Leading initiative, Eisen.
All right, how far away is this thing now?
Now from you, it is only 30 feet.
Also, it has disadvantage on strength checks now
All right.
from my Hex.
I flip a selector on my rifle and fire an icer round at it, and I need a wisdom save from it.
All right. It's really good at those. 16.
And it is. If it matches, does it mean it beats it?
Meets beats.
Yep.
Then that one bounces off.
Okay. All right. Do you do anything else?
Let me check real quick. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. Well, no, I'm good for it now.
Okay. All right. Talurra.
All right. Well, it's in my face, so I'm going to give it the good stuff. I'm gonna punch it.
Okay. Punch away.
Punch it with acid. Well, that's a nat 20.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a crit.
Yes, that is. Well, it's a nat 20, so yeah, it's a crit. So that means, do we do double rolled dice again? Here. Doubled rolled? Okay.
Where's Scotty
Double
with
the
the wheel of
dice.
misfortune?
Double the dice or double rolling them? So it's my damage roll, and then I double the number I rolled on my first
You
attack?
double the number of dice you roll.
Okay.
You
That's what I
never
wanted to
double a
confirm.
modifier. Right.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to confirm, because I know
Right.
I have so many games, my brain,
Mhm.
you know.
To
Like-
answer your question. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Like if you got your strength bonus damage, you would double it, but like you don't double like extra stuff. Like
Yeah.
you double all the dice.
To answer your question, Mav, in this case, we're not using Xanathar's crit chart.
Okay.
Scotty's not
assume-
here. I don't want to wait until Scotty gets all the way back to.
I can
Tell
pull up
what
the
it
chart
does
if
on
you
it.
wanted to.
Oh yeah, give me a percentage roll then as well after you're done with your
Roger,
damage.
Roger.
I keep it
That
up
is
for-
a 93.
Holy balls. All right. 93 on a crit.
Wait, when did you become a clanker?
If your attack was
Roger,
made with a
roger.
spell or magic weapon, a shockwave is released from your attack. Creatures within 10 feet, oh shit, of the target, including the target and you, must succeed a DC 15 strength or fall prone.
Oh, and he's got disadvantage on strength.
Yeah, but that means
Ah.
I got to hit it too.
Yep.
I mean, I guess this is you getting the taste back, because I
Yeah.
rarely ever hit you with a spell.
That
I got
is-
a 19 on mine, so
Fair.
What was your total damage?
my total damage is 41.
I passed with a 17.
Nice.
What was the DC for that strength save?
15.
Okay. It fails and ends up being knocked prone.
It's a pity no one's gonna. Oh yeah, also its AC gets dropped too. It's a pity no one is gonna get to. Its AC drops by 4 for its the next attack against it.
With it being prone, melee gets advantage attacks, yes?
It's gonna stand up next round.
Ah, that's right. It was right before me.
It
Yeah,
can just use its movement to stand up. Use like 5 feet of its movement or whatever.
but
to
it
stand
does
up
lose 4 AC for the next attack.
because of your acid punch.
Yes, and that's my
Alright.
turn.
And that's your turn. So it's the replacer's turn. It uses 5 feet of its movement to stand up. And what is the name of that ability that you just used on it?
The ability I just used on it. It's just
Yeah, the acid punch.
caustic blade.
What's the extra damage that does?
What is it? What? Sorry?
What damage does it do?
Acid.
Well, how many dice?
Oh, 1d6, 8.
1d8?
Yeah.
And that's all you did was just a 1d8 extra damage when you punched it?
Yes.
Okay. Just no particular reason.
No particular reason.
No,
There's
none at
no
all.
reason.
No, none at all. The replacer stands up, and then seemingly in a fashion almost perfectly to yours, it mimics the attack you just did.
Oh, hey,
Exactly.
Sage, you get to punch it.
Yes, I do. Because we have Sentinel. Attack goes before or after his? Can't remember with Sentinel.
Let me see.
I think it's at the same time, so it wouldn't cancel it out.
When a creature
regardless.
makes your attack
Right.
against another, you can use reaction to make a melee attack against the attacking creature. So at the same time,
Fair enough.
but still, punch.
18 again.
That's a hit.
Yay. Can't channel.
The
all
best part
reaction.
is, though, it doesn't get any of the. I'm assuming, since it's not part of the cell, it doesn't get the benefit of dropping my AC. Because that's a special ability not related to Caustic Blade.
Yeah.
6 more radiant on that one.
6 more? Okay.
Yes.
You attack it because it attempted to stand up. And it punched at you with an acidic punch exactly the same as yours. And it did 17 acid damage.
It hit me?
Yep.
Okay. That hurts. Ow. All right. So 17, 16, 15, 14. It deals 14 damage to me. And I have no more temp HP.
And
All
then, as a bonus action, it goes like this and emits a very high-pitched sonic sound. Everyone needs to give me a Constitution save.
Looks like I came back just in time.
18 for me.
You did.
Dirty 20.
22.
Okay.
Oh shit.
18.
Okay.
12.
All right. Helix is the only one that takes full damage. Everyone but Helix takes 10 sonic damage as a high-pitched shrieking noise seems to pulse through your body in a very painful fashion. Helix,
How
you
much?
take 20,
20. Okay.
and it's sonic damage, just to be
Thunder.
clear.
I was about to say
Thunder,
thunder.
Sonic.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever they've renamed it to.
Different editions, same damage.
Thor damage. I don't know what they've renamed it to. All right. Well, that's the replacer's turn. So Zora.
Another saving
Right.
throw.
I want to try and hit this thing as hard as I can.
Okay.
And remember, it has -4 AC for this attack.
Well, at least I keep my spell.
You know what? I'm going to use my psionic shield on that and reduce some of that damage on me.
Oh, wait, everybody took damage?
Yeah, everyone took 10 sonic damage,
Oh, my bad.
and then those that passed took 10. Helix failed, so Helix took 20.
I only take 5 because I locked 5.
All right.
I need one more level before I can pull that kind of crap.
Nice.
Yeah. Every attack I make, I can actually drain some of its energy with the attack to gain temporary HP.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. What to use? What to use? How effective did the lightning damage look?
It looked effective. You know that from your experience, from what the overseer said when you got to the station, that replacers are subject to damage from EMPs and electrical damage, that they're not shielded from it. So that's why the ring world is equipped with a colossal EMP that can cover the entire ring world in an EMP pulse and wipe out any replacers that happen to attack the station.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to just keep up with the circuit breaker again.
Okay.
or rather the channeled circuit breaker. Ironic when I smack it with a laser sword. Does a 21 hit?
21 definitely hits.
Awesome. Unfortunately, that was not on the dice, obviously, so I can't crit it. But it's still 1d10, 3d8. Un momento. 29 damage.
29 damage. Oof. Nice. All right. That looks
And-
very effective.
I have a secondary attack.
Awesome.
Basically, just the upswing with the circuit breaker and downswing with the laser sword.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you threw a cardboard box at the back of Dalgar's head.
No, that's in my
I mean,
free time.
Mid
No.
combat, just
We need-
chucks a box at you.
We need to get dog biscuits for Zora to throw at Dalgar.
Okay. You're not wrong because I have had my Vegeta moments here.
Oh. Those are some of my
Not
favorite
to be-
moments.
I'm going to have to say
It's-
dirty 19
yes.
from now on.
Okay. That works.
So another D10. Hey, boy, want a dog biscuit? 8 more radiant damage on top of that.
Okay. All right. And next on the initiative, Dalgar.
Oh, okay. So what did I exactly miss? I know it did. I came back when it did the.
Yeah. So it stood up and literally it mimicked the exact attack that Talurra did on it and did an acid punch on Talurra, mimicking Talurra's exact attack.
Interesting. I'm going to be foolish because laser knights only really know one thing, and it's swinging their laser swords around. So I run in and I
Oh.
swing my laser sword around.
I thought you were going to see how to do that job half done.
That too. Let's see. What's my bonus? So I get 2 swings with my laser sword. So dirty 20 and much higher, 24.
All right. That's definitely a hit.
Okay. I'm going to action search and do that again. I feel like we need to go full ham on it. 13 probably doesn't.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
It moves out of the way.
That's when the cardboard box comes after Dalgar.
And 18 for the last hit.
18 hits.
Okay. Trying to find a spot to check off for action surge. There we go.
Is the cardboard box an empty
three-
box of Darko treats?
3 of them hit, right?
Yeah, 3 of them hit.
Okay, all 3 of them I'm going to use Psionic Strike on it, so it needs 3 strength saves.
Ooh.
I'm not
And all of those are at disadvantage still, or is that only...
It's checks, not saves.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, this is a save and throw, for sure.
Got it. Okay.
It's
Uh,
if one of us were to be grappling it, it would be well, if it was using Dex, it'd be in trouble.
It got a, you said dexterity or strength?
Strength.
First check was a natural 20.
Okay,
The second check was 22.
okay.
And then the third check was 20.
Alright, so it doesn't get telekinetically thrust anywhere from these attacks. However, it's still
Okay.
going to take all this damage. So
Still gonna catch these hands.
that Psionic Strike still does extra damage. So
Okay.
the
It just
strength-
doesn't have the pushback effect.
Yeah, that's what the saving throw was for.
Got it.
So rolling a lot of d8s and D&D Beyond. 40 even radiant damage. As a flurry of attacks hit him.
Nice.
And then as a bonus action, I need another strength save, because F this thing.
Ah, the red dice of doom hate you. Rolled another 20.
Okay.
It's meant to be.
I mean, it's really good at strength, so there's nothing I can really do about it. And that's my turn.
Next on initiative is Helix.
All right. I am going to run up to it, and while I'm running up to it, I cast Eldritch Blast and fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
All right.
For
That's a 19 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Hit.
All right. And for total from those two of 1 moment. Math hard. Uh, 26 damage from those two. 5 of those are necrotic. The rest is force. So 21, 21 force, 5 necrotic.
21 force, 5 necrotic.
Yeah. And then, like, as she comes closer, she claws, like her suit basically grows like a little over her hand, and she claws into the enemy as I use 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell that is Heartlight Gauntlet. And I get to do another 3 attacks. So the first one is a 22. 22. Let me just check. Heartlight Gauntlet has... Ah, okay. So 22 to hit, and that one, where's my D12? It's not my D12. That's a D12. Sorry. My D12 is... Ah, there's my other D12. Okay. So the first one deals 1 necrotic, 6 force.
Okay.
Next attack is 26.
That's a hit.
Yep. Oh, no. I'm using another sorcery point. I can do that in this case because the one that states rerolling damage dice can be used in combination with other. And I rolled both once on my D12, so I'm going to spend 1 sorcery point to reroll those. Oh, that's much better. That is 14 force and 5 necrotic. And then the third attack is dirty 20.
That's definitely a hit.
Ooh, nice. That is 39, 34 force, and 5 necrotic damage. And basically, she claws into it, and just her claw just like goes deeper in another time, and then she rips it out for the third one.
Ah, the Code Vein execution.
I guess, or Bloodborne, if you will.
Yeah, kind of more Bloodborne-esque, I would imagine.
Oh, it's very... so I just started playing Code Vein. It is very Code Vein as well.
As you do the kind of like claw in and like rend around and rip out maneuver, no blood comes out, but you do pull a chunk of the skin off, and you see mechanical parts underneath.
Cool. Also, that matters are basically non-melee range.
The skin looks like it's bleeding, but the creature underneath it is not.
Okay.
So that means it is Locapion's turn. And I already rolled Locapion's attacks, and both of his fire rays missed. So, Eisen.
How is this thing looking? Is it looking like it's still got a lot of fight in it?
It's still looking like it can keep going.
All right. Are we still all linked telepathically?
I think only person who can really link telepathically is Hera's is Helix, and I don't know who Helix is linked with.
I believe Helix is linked with
whoever
Talurra.
she spoke to last.
So probably Dalgar.
Yeah.
Well, even though this is an AoE, I was going to, theatric that for everyone to close their eyes as I lob a flashbang at this thing, and I need a con save.
Okay.
From everyone?
Flashbang out.
No, just from it.
Okay.
It was just for flavor.
What's the save?
16.
It rolled 18.
Motherfuck. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good at those saves.
Sorry.
This is why I'm so glad none of my stuff is save based.
The red dice of doom are not in your favor today.
I mean, I had to do like
Seriously.
what 5 strength saves.
Yeah, it's made like 12 strength saves that Scotty has rolled at it and not failed a single one.
All right. With my bonus action, am I able to like fire any of my weapons?
Maybe in anger, but not at the creature.
But fracket.
Just goddamn it, blasts itself into the ceiling. Yeah.
Turn into Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. That's the fucking
Yeah,
Talurra.
fuck it. Action surge.
Oh, okay, sure.
Shoulder cannon
You'll
to
launch,
the face.
you'll launch yourself in the
Alright.
air by shooting the guns at the ground.
17.
17 just misses.
Oh,
Okay, so it's got 18 hit thing.
Its AC is 18. You have figured it out.
18 is your power score.
Okay.
Yep. It actually like bounces off the skin, and the skin itself peels back and melts away, but the creature underneath looks unfazed.
Okay.
Talurra, there's an elf with half its face missing.
All right. Well, I'm going to punch it.
It very clearly looks part machine now. That's its very Terminator-esque interior looks quite angry and hostile.
So 22 to hit.
Yeah, much like the T-800.
Does that beat it by 5 or more?
28?
Yes.
That beats it by
10.
Well, no, 28. Sorry.
10.
22. Sorry.
Oh.
14.
22
That beats it
does
by
not beat
4.
it by 5. Yeah.
Damn. All right. So I don't get that. But you know what? Nah, I'm not going to use that yet. Wait, what does it do? Yeah, I might as well.
Replacers are something you kind of want to kill as fast as possible.
Honestly, it's not that. It's like, do I want to do I have it's like, do I want to use this just, it's like, it doesn't matter if I hit about 5 or above, because it just adds more, the thing I was thinking about adds more damage dice. So yeah, I'll use this. So I'm using my Arcane Surge as well. So, which Hera knows what this does.
Hear the clickety clack of a calculator.
I always frame out my calculator.
So I just had a thought that I'll need to be asking at the beginning of my next turn.
All right, so it takes 41 points of acid damage again.
Okay.
And loses another 4 AC for the next attack against it.
All right.
Oh, my foot just cramped hard there, and that's my turn.
Oof.
Okay. It goes. Everyone give me a Constitution save.
Yay.
15 on the die, which means 17.
Body 20.
9.
21.
19.
Oof.
Definitely a reaction shield for me.
Right. It sounds like everyone passed except Delgar this time.
Yeah.
So everyone takes 20 sonic damage, and Delgar takes 40.
All right. No, I don't. I take 20.
How much again? Sorry.
Everyone takes 20 except Delgar, who took 40.
Oof. Then took 28 afterward.
I
for
literally
reducing it.
maximized the damage reduction on that. That was
Nice.
That was awesome.
And
Yeah, I
then
need to come.
Dalgar, you need to give me a strength save.
Ah,
What is it doing?
what
It
I
looks
did.
at Delgar and goes, just like he would push it, and mimics Dalgar's ability of force push.
So wouldn't that trigger some of our sentinels?
Yes, it would.
Yes, it would.
We punch.
Slash.
14.
14.
It's
You get thrown
intelligence.
backwards.
It's intelligence based, so I don't know what its DC would be.
You get thrown backwards.
How far? Oh, as far as my
Yeet.
thing did. Okay.
Yeah, as far as yours
so What I was trying to use against it is you can move it up to 30 feet on unoccupied space you can see. So where would it throw me?
It would probably throw you backwards 30 feet.
Okay.
So it takes 11 from my punch.
Okay.
What were those
And-
2 damages that it did? Were they both psionic or
Yeah,
Sonic.
It went like this and created a thunder wave around.
would the wall have stopped doing that damage?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to use
The
my...
wall. The wall didn't. No, the damage went straight through the wall because it was like a sound kind of noise.
I'm going to use Indomitable
Bounced
on
off the
this.
walls of the room.
Ooh.
Out of spite.
I got a 19.
Hopefully, you don't get the Cali roll.
19 hits, Zora.
It changed my roll total for the strength save to 17, so would that have still worked?
That would have passed.
Okay, so Indomitable let me not get shoved. All right.
How much damage did you do to Zora?
9 radiant.
9 radiant. Okay.
I have a question for the universe.
The universe will answer if it so chooses.
Yes. Since it's sonic damage, if we were in a vacuum, would it still affect people?
If you were in a vacuum, the sonic damage would have no medium to travel through, so it would not work.
You know, that's something I feel like Dark Matter should have there. Like, if you're in space, thunder damage you're just immune.
It wouldn't work. There's no medium for the sound to travel through.
Mm-hmm.
That's why space battles would be boring to actually watch. There'd be no noise.
Mhm.
So if we vented the atmosphere, then his sonic
I
weapon would be
die.
neutralized.
Yeah.
And
If there's
most
no
of us would die.
atmosphere, then everyone without a spacesuit would also start to suffocate.
The only problem with that Eisen is we're at the literal very center of the ship.
Also, all the power is off.
Holy
Mhm.
shit, wait, we don't have to. I have create vacuum. Let me check if I can just center it on it. Like, it won't, like, suffocate, but...
Everyone else would, though,
Yeah,
because everyone else here has to breathe.
you can focus it on, you can put it at a fixed point, but you can make them the center of it.
If
It would
it's
depend on
anything
how
like-
big it is.
Yeah, if
'Cause
it's
if it's-
anything... Go ahead.
20-foot radius, I think.
Yeah, please don't put it there because then neither Sage nor I can do shit all pretty much.
Well, the thing is, if it's like zone of atmosphere, then she can make it as large or small as she wants to within that radius. I could have literally made the zone literally just 5 foot squared for
It's-
me to breathe in, but
I mean-
I maxed.
It's pretty much the same
if I
thing, but
can't...
opposite.
Oh, no.
I just remember from from Deborah using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you
And
used it
the problem is I cannot cast it on it. I have to choose either an object that isn't being worn or carried, or a specific point in space. And if I just make it super small, it's just gonna be like, let me just move like over here.
I
We'll
mean-
just take a step sideways and boom over here. Thanks.
Hera, Hera, next round, do that. Sage and I can both save our reaction attacks.
And Sentinel it.
And if it tries to move, we punch it. Its movement goes to 0.
Oh, that's true.
This is why you need to if you can't
All
do
right,
it
who
this
just
turn-
went? Was it Dalgar that just went?
Helix?
It was the
No,
bot.
he just went. The robot did.
Oh, yeah, you guys
Yeah,
did your
alright.
Sentinel thing and tried to
Yes.
shove me.
Right.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
That's
Okay.
that's
Zora,
why I'm
it's your
saying
turn.
to Hera to not use that yet. Actually, you could use it because on your turn, because we go before it does.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Whose turn again?
Zora.
so my question for the universe,
Uh-huh.
is this thing technically a piece of magical technology?
It's technically a piece of robotic technology.
And damn, that's magic.
So could I cast technical difficulties on it?
Ooh.
Even if I need to roll an insight check, I would gladly do so because it makes me think if it's mainly running off of technology like this,
Let me see that spell.
the spell causes lights to flicker, blasters to malfunction, and arcane terminals to crash. Choose a piece of magical technology within range, which is 60 feet. This device malfunctions in unpredictable ways such that it is unusable for the duration, which is up to a minute.
Would you be able to do that to its optics specifically, making it blind?
It says choose a piece of magical technology. I don't know.
I
This
would
is up
say
to-
if you target a piece of it, like its eyes or something, that it would work.
Ooh. That's really smart.
So then therein lies the question. Do I want to hit its eyes so it has disadvantage to hit us, or do I
Yes.
want to tag its legs so Helix can
Do
pull
its
this off?
eyes. Go for the eyes. Because
If I do the legs, then Helix can still hit it with a vacuum, and we can use our sentinels for attack instead of just.
But we can still use our
mean-
sentinels for attack, no
Yeah.
matter what, right? Like if it tries to move, we punch it. If we
And
hit,
It's zero
It's move-
regardless. Okay.
exactly. Yeah,
And-
it's we're
And if
We're
it's
better-
if it's blind, no matter what kind of attack that it tries to mimic from us, it would be at disadvantage.
yes,
Okay.
and also, with-
if it's blind, we all get advantage.
yeah,
Yep.
Okay. Then yes, and the wonderful bonus action to cast that one. Absolutely
Mhm.
love it. So specifically targeting its optics,
All right.
and
Is there a save or no? It just doesn't work.
just doesn't work.
Cool. I like that. All right. You target its eyes, and as you kind of move your hand over towards it and focus your ability, its eyes kind of go and spark, and then it kind of like seems to be looking around like it can't quite see what it's supposed to be looking at. Do you do anything else?
Yes, because I have my full action to use
Then attack away at advantage because it's blind.
on both of my attacks.
Zora
Yep.
throws a cardboard box at
Yay.
Dalgar's head.
See, that's a distraction. That would make me roll at disadvantage. Oh shit, that went flying, but I'll take it because that's a 19. So that's a crit.
Yep.
You want me to go ahead and roll the second one or do the damage on the first one?
Yeah, Robo.
Roll both?
Yep.
It's an 18 on the die. Come on, come on. Haha, another 19. 2 crits.
Hey!
Nice.
So
Roll that beautiful bean damage.
it's only 4 because it's a radiant, or it's the lightsaber itself, but I'm sorry, laser sword itself, but I'll still take it.
Throwing those loaded dice tonight, aren't you?
How dare you?
Yeah, you should save those for Wednesdays.
My dice aren't loaded. Screw all of you.
You need them on Wednesdays.
9 radiant.
not nearly as bad as Cat needs those.
That's true.
24 radiant damage.
24.
Yes.
All right. Is that all together with the first attack?
But that's all together. That's both
Ah.
crit attacks.
All right.
And that will be
Do
my
anything
turn.
else?
Nah.
All right. Dalgar.
Zoom, motherfucker.
It's blind. Roll all your attacks at advantage.
Oh shit, yeah. I wish I got a crit on 19 because that's what I just rolled. Okay, so
Sorry, planar focus only.
first attack would hit because 19 on the dice. Second attack is 23, so I guess both hit.
Mhm.
And because I'm running low on psionic points, I'm just gonna spend it once, so it needs 1 strength save. What did it get on strength save?
I'm like,
He's distracted by food.
I am sorry.
It is good.
14.
So.
Actually, wait, no, that's right. 14 fails. So
Okay,
I
so
strike
how-
twice, boom, and then the second one's extra strong, and it's almost like a backhand swing. And the replacer moves 10 feet towards the reactor as it takes
All right.
33 radiant damage.
33.
I rolled really high on my d8s on that one
All
to
right.
make, I guess, to make up for the other one.
How
Wait,
do
you
you
wanted to
end
shove
it?
it into the reactor. Oh.
How do you end it?
Hey!
I shove it into the reactor and turn on the switch.
All right.
Oops.
Shove it in the reactor. and hit the
Bonus
on
bonus
switch.
action. My hand goes like this, and the switch is like.
You just
The
Casey
switch-
Jones them.
Reclamps the reactor on, and everything electrifies, including the now fried remains of the very dead replacer. And it doesn't even get its death throws, which it did have. because you fried it with the reactor power core.
I feel like that'd be like
So it,
mega electric damage or something. I don't know.
You basically almost heard a scream, but it came out as it started to pitch in as this shriek that was very, very, very loud, probably louder than the last two you felt, but it stopped as the reactor fried its insides and it falls to the ground, a steaming pile.
Big deal. I got one of those on my front porch.
It is now a pile of slag and burnt elf flesh.
Well, so that's something the elves are gonna have to clean up.
As all of the systems all sort of turn on and come back on, all the screens in this room, instead of looking glitchy and all like strange, like information was being stolen from them and stuff, all look normal. Everything looks absolutely normal. It shows optimal power output, and a strange comm is blinking in the distance, like one of the communications arrays.
Helix's helmet retracts, and she's like, "Well, that was easier than I thought."
Hello, Dr. Balking. Would you like to play a game?
Talurra just kind of looks at Helix and says, "That's the worst thing you could be saying in this moment."
Dalgar
I was
goes,
like, next
goes
moment,
comms.
Helix, you take 84 damage. What?
Dalgar
You
goes
go
over
over to the
sniper.
comms.
Mhm.
You push the button.
Yep.
Okay.
I explode.
As you push the button, a face kind of comes up onto the screen, and it looks just like the elf you just killed. Well played. I do enjoy an interesting game. While the physical body has been killed, you'll find this station quite inoperable. Good luck fixing it. I took all the information we need. The algorithm will be complete soon. We won't need you anymore.
We
And
will.
then the screen goes. Psh.
Oh, fine. No rebuttal. All right. Just the same character.
No rebuttal.
Did it just
turned-
turn on like some self-destruct mechanism or something, and they see like a red number pops up?
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll just turn the reactor off again.
Connections.
The station looks as though it's working, but all of the communication systems seem to be just down.
The elves can fix that.
I hope they have backups.
We should still head up to the deck just to make sure that no guns will fire at any of the elven fleet that would come in.
Talurra
I mean,
just
do
kinda
we
says,
hear the guns firing, especially the railgun, because that can probably be heard throughout the entire station.
Chances
Talurra
are they're
looks it
still
down.
on that.
You don't hear any of the guns fired.
So either it's offline or the Elven fleet is gone.
I mean, hey, no big loss if that one guy gets caught in the crossfire. Talurra just says.
I'm sure he had his reasons.
Talurra just kind of gives Dalgar a look.
I'm the paladin,
Well, I'm
not
sure
paladin of the
he
party.
did.
Regardless, let's hope that they can fix it and they don't need us to go fetch something. But something tells me they'll need us to go fetch something.
Don't they
It's the
always?
DM. The DM
Well,
is
they
telling
better
you
pay.
to go fetch something.
Well, they
dog-
better pay in that case.
He mentions fetch something, and then a dog treat just.
Fuel ain't cheap. An elf treat?
Bounces off Dalgar's head.
yeah, it's a little milk bone, and it says elf
It
treat.
just, just bounces right off Dalgar's head.
Send to be.
Just tell me what it costs for those. I will get like 3 boxes and do this through the entire campaign.
You're
We
welcome.
need
for
to
it.
market next time.
Or we need to fetch them some shells for the elves.
You make your way back towards the hangar, and it looks as though quite a large platoon of elves have landed and are marching into the station. As
Go clean up. Go team. Woo!
the commander you talked to before approaches, gives Talurra a dirty look, but says nothing, and then looks
Talurra just
towards the rest.
smirks at him. It
Looks
says,
towards the rest of you.
Will you be able to settle everything from here?
Providing the quantum ship is still in place, yes. If the quantum chip is damaged, we'll need a replacement. Or we'll need crystals from Crystallis Prime, which is definitely harder than getting a quantum chip.
Perhaps we
Well,
can,
hope y'all got a quantum chip then.
perhaps the actions that have happened today could give us a little bit of an alliance. Maybe open for trade.
Perhaps. If you could find us a quantum chip to have to repair the station with, or crystals, we would pay you. Well.
Mm.
Talurra's gassy with anxiety.
I mean, I was drinking carbonated drink.
Yeah, I know.
How does a 20,000 credit reward sound for bringing back a quantum chip?
Make it 50.
Yeah, the 20 was just for retaking a station.
I don't remember a payment ever being
His
discussed.
eyes narrow as he looks over at you, Eisen, and he looks back at Helix and goes, 25.
30.
Fine. 30,000 credits reward
I really wish I
for
had.
bringing back a quantum chip.
I really wish I had charming magic, because then I'll just be like 30.
70. Talurra just kind of looks at him and says, have fun cleaning up.
It's just the only response you get, and he walks past you. When you find the quantum chip, come back here. We'll install it and get you your credits.
And
As
sounds,
they get out of earshot, you hear Locathion go. Kind of like motion you all guys close, and as the elves get out of earshot, he goes, what they don't know is, we already know where a quantum chip is. We just got to go back to that Redlock station you guys fried. All Redlock stations have a quantum chip.
That's
We
handy.
unsaw it. Easy 30K.
Also, a bunch of other people we can get out of there.
Yeah.
Double win.
that could be very
And-
useful for the disc world, right?
More citizens.
Ring world. Sorry, thinking of the wrong side.
And
Also, I can finally get some of my old stuff that they may have still somewhere in like the
And it'll
storage
piss off
locker or
him.
somewhere.
what's that guy's name again? What's that guy's name?
The elf.
The commander?
The commander elf, yeah.
I feel like his name is Colonel Snooty Pants.
You think that maybe that's what they call him behind his back, but
That's
Commander
Okay.
Lathathian.
Does he have long, overly nice, voluptuous hair? Because then he could be like
Yes.
Commander L'Oreal.
It's
Commander
Lathathian,
Paris.
but yeah,
Because L'Oreal's a
Throws
very
dog
elven
trade at
name.
Doglar.
yeah.
Commander Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe.
Yeah, Talurra's like, and it'll piss him off if I get that fucking dick.
So, win-win. We get a quantum chip, an easy 30K, and get more citizens for the ring world.
Yeah.
And
And
my
all we
old
gotta
stuff
do is go back
maybe.
to that old Redlock base and thaw it out.
Something tells me though, it's not gonna be that easy. There's always some complication.
I
But
mean,
wouldn't it be easy? It'll be
we'll
easy.
just have to carefully extract it. The AI is already gone. Everything's powered down. That neutron bomb fried the rest of this planet. Everything's
Yeah.
just glassed over with ice. We melt our way in. Bam. Easy quantum chip.
Take enough back for, frozen margaritas afterwards.
Well,
Exactly.
that sounds like something
like
for
your
another
thought.
day. My muscles aren't what they used to be. And he's just like rolling his shoulders. He's heading back to the ship.
Wimp.
Oh yeah, also like now that Helix has like the helmet off, you can see she's bleeding from her ears.
Yeah, you can see just about everyone is bleeding from some, like their nose or their ears or their eyes or something has been bleeding from the shockwaves of the sonic.
I took like a
Dalgar
total of
isn't that
30 damage from that.
Dalgar isn't too bad, but he spent a lot of psionic points on that. So
Don't tempt me. I can still cast Shatter on your ass.
counterspell.
Just your ass in particular.
Fun fact about your counterspell, I can arcane null it.
I know I'm joking. I don't have counterspell.
Just I counterspell your counterspell. Well, I counterspell your counterspell with my counterspell.
It's just the
if it
mages
can't-
smacking each other with their hands.
This is going back and forth.
Although technically you
counter-
can't counterspell a counterspell because you've already used your reaction to
Right,
counterspell
right.
the counter.
While everyone's picking, I just toss a Bacta grenade on the ground. Everyone heals 14 points.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, what did you do? I
Threw a back to grenade.
Everyone
okay.
healed 14.
Whoop, whoop.
Hopefully you have more than just that.
Well, at this point, we can go back and either rest or get medkits.
I mean where those came from then. Because we're going to go rest now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's head back to the ring world and stock up, and then head over to the Redlock station.
Mainly,
Yeah.
that was just to get the tinnitus out of my ear.
What?
Yeah, seriously, that was loud.
What?
I think my brain's liquid.
I think
she,
it already
like,
was.
And she
Lana!
turns inside and it's like, is my brain liquid?
Lana,
Lana!
Mop.
Lana.
Mop.
Lana!
just,
If all was
just
here,
keeps
we would have done.
ringing.
If all was here, we would have just done the mop joke together constantly.
Oh
Mop.
God,
Mop.
Eisen as Archer.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
Helix turns inside and it's like, so is my brain liquid or is it still like in shape?
It's about
There's a lot of damaged parts. I will try to fix them.
Well, how bad are
I
you
have
hurt?
I have expected it to like answer with like, well,
Sarcasm?
you're no, not sarcasm, but like factual statements that sound like sarcasm. Like the human brain is made up of X% of water, so it is mostly liquid.
So it's mostly, yeah. That would be fun. I should have rebutted with that.
How bad are you hurt?
Don't worry about healing her.
No, I'm just
go for a
curious.
Oh
Hera?
yeah.
Oh,
How
thanks.
badly was
I don't-
everyone messed up?
rest. Hera,
I-
how bad are you hurt? He was asking.
I was down to 36 HP out of context. It's like, she says, "Oh, yeah, I don't need healing or anything." I'm like, "No, I'm perfectly fine, thank you. I just had my brain liquefied."
Fires a
We all
syringe
do.
from his wrist. 30 hit points restored.
God damn.
Hot damn, indeed. I feel instantly better.
You're also now addicted to morphine.
My brain solidified.
Hera, all I can remember is the Soviet Womble just giving the cyanide 30 things of morphine in Arma 3. He's like, no, there's enough morphine. Stop. Kept just jabbing him with morphine.
I feel cold.
After that healing grenade or whatever, and I use second wind, I'm almost at full health again, so I'm fine.
Just
As soon as we turn level 10, I'm going to start fights with Dogard just so I can absorb some of that for temporary hit points.
Oh, then Dalgar would refuse to fight.
But yes, let's get back to our base.
All right. You have, at least for the moment, cleared the Elven Communications array of the replacer that is within it. As you get back to your ship and attempt to basically just use the comms to see if the demonic static is gone, it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured as much. That's something the elves will have to fix.
It's going to be fixed as soon as we bring back the chip, though, right? That's the entire point. We're going for it.
Have you tried adjusting the rabbit ears?
Wait, is it only static or is there still like this demonic whispering
Demonic
and shit?
static.
The demonic whispering static appears to be present.
Okay.
Wait, switch
like
it to
it
channel
was
4.
Yeah. It's on the wrong channel.
None of those elves are named Isaac Clarke by any chance, are they?
You don't think so?
Okay.
Let's be honest, if anyone's Isaac Clarke in our party, it's going to be Eisen.
I'm not sure if I'd want him to be Archer or Isaac Clarke. I'm not sure which one. has
Archer
the better
Clarke.
pros- Oh,
I think
God.
Zora and Dalgar are actually the closest to Isaac Clarke because we got the telekinetic things.
Pulls out whiskey flask.
I'm sorry, but I don't know about you. I don't have a device that shoots out saw blades going at 60
Yes.
RPM.
Well, no, see, that's the equipment. I'm talking about abilities.
You do both have psychic abilities.
Yep.
Technically, his are psionic, while mine are kinetic.
So you can Father Gregorius saw blade across the map.
Yeah, if you gave me a soul braid, I could throw it. Whatever. Anyway.
Perhaps you will find
Raven
salvation.
Raven home them. Raven home them.
I throw Dalgar at Eisen.
Whoa.
Ooh, a snack.
All right. For successfully restoring power to the Elven Communications Array, but still finding out it's broken. However, you defeated the replacer that was within it. You all level up. So before we begin our next session here, all of you will be level 10. And that's when we really crack open the deep part of this campaign that I've been saving until now.
Ooh.
I have encounters that I haven't even rolled yet.
The best part about being level 10 is I get some really cool shit finally.
Hey, Dalgar, you want to go up for some combat training real quick?
It wouldn't hurt.
Oh, there's my dark matter.
And
All right.
a brief trip later, you make your way back to the freighter, and then a brief trip through the maw later, make your way back to your space, where the ring world is. And you're greeted in the distance by the beautiful, brightly colored sun and large metallic ring that you call home.
Oh, it feels good to be away from those fucking elf vampire people.
So, what's your deal with elves? I mean, you are an elf.
Yes, I am. You're very observant.
Talurra's
so
done,
what? Like,
Talurra's done some illegal activities in their sector, I assume.
so have I, and I don't have some
I
weird.
haven't.
Oh,
I haven't-
I. By the way, no, I have never done any illegal activity in Elven territory, never, or anywhere else for that matter. Actually, let's go with that.
Sure.
That's
I don't
fine.
know. It sounds sus.
You're lucky I've already used my detect thoughts for today.
Talurra just kind of looks at you like, no. It's a long story. No. Needless to say, it ended
Okay.
up with me getting captured by Redlock and them doing nothing about it.
Oh, I see.
I'll have to talk with Mantis and see if I can get one of those battle frames I used to have.
Well, we've got to go back to that Redlock facility and cut open a giant sheet of ice. We might need
Yes.
some buzzsaws or some heat lasers.
I got something for that. Talurra breaks out her the torch she got.
Both,
Ah,
both
yes.
Zora and Delgar.
The custom-made Sunderer's torch.
Yes, the plasma cutter that almost fucking stole my arm. I would have
All right.
completely fine if you had taken my arm. I would have been so fine with it too. That's the best part about it.
The Sunderer is what the Sunderer is. In this case, it would have probably been more the Dismemberer, but Sunderer still fit.
Sundered my arm pretty good
Yep.
almost.
Yep, nearly completely off. But all right. Well, hey, that wraps up today's session. So I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. We'll get to some plugs here and then call it a wrap. So why don't we start with Zora?
Okay, just blindside me with that one, why don't you?
That's what I like to do.
Effective. I will go ahead and plug Scotty's Wednesday game or games. We are coming close to the end of the combination Humblewood and Curse of Strahd campaign known as Mists of Kryn's Valley. We are getting extremely close from what I hope, because Scotty won't give us any freaking details.
Or you're getting really far away.
Well, we've got a plan and we're trying to work it and try and finish this game without dying or anybody else.
That
dying.
might have spent all of last session in 2 rooms.
Well, to be fair, it was some BS traps that kept teleporting us back. And then once we're done with that campaign, it'll jump over to Rime. Is it Rime of the
Rime.
Frost Maiden?
Yeah,
Rime.
yeah.
Which is going to be a whole new level of interesting with a much larger party. So I'm actually invested in both of them.
All right. good plugs. Then we will move on to Helix.
Yeah, tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. EST, we are continuing our. God, my brain currently shuts down. We are continuing our Masks game. Starfall Academy. They're currently in the Middle Ages, apparently, where they ended up last time through some time travel shenanigans. Bex's character's dad is there, who is also like one of the. I mean, he
said he fucked off, like he always does.
I think I said that you didn't see him.
Yes.
But I mean, he went through the same portal as you, so the expectation is he should be. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. EST on Vex's channel, which is Fractured Moon D&D.
And in this friends list thing.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Well, that's a good segue. We will move over to Talurra.
All right. Well, aside from what Hera said with the Masks game, Starfall Academy, you can also find me and Scotty on Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. EST, where we play Saffron Academy, a bubblegum shoe game ran by Aya that we currently have a guest for. And we are totally probably not going to be getting this mystery solved anytime soon because we just had so much fun chatting with the guests because we haven't shot the shit with them in so long. So come tune into that where our characters get to learn about our last campaign's exploits via an old character because none of our characters know what happened in the last campaign. Yeah, it's fun. Come check it out. It's a blast. It's a whole lot of just chaos and Scotty plays a very snooty elf.
Yep.
So Dalgar?
Yes, but snootier.
Snootier. Oof. I don't know about that.
It's kind of his character.
Think stereotypical like elf. And then add professional chef to it.
Think
so
high elves.
Like the Gordon
French
Ramsay of elves.
Think high elves from
No,
Skyrim.
Gordon Ramsay is not snooty.
Oh.
Gordon Ramsay is like he is the stereotypical French chef elf.
Got it. Okay, French
He's
chef.
less Gordon Ramsay and more of like one of Gordon Ramsay's teachers, which apparently were the worst.
Donkey.
All right, Eisen, do you have any plugs?
Nothing really except what Zora was talking about, plugging Wednesday's game where we're trying to put down the clown Strahd.
It's a good plug, worth mentioning twice. And finally, last but not least, Dalgar or Scotty as the host of the channel.
Well, I think most of the things I would have said have already been mentioned. So I'll just end with the plug of a Kickstarter that is super awesome. It is Eldritch Sands Kickstarter. It is fully funded right now, but I would still suggest investing into it because for $15 you can get the PDF of it. And that alone is like, oh, that's really cheap for what you're getting because you're getting excellent art, you're getting all these new rules. Essentially, the campaign setting is like a post-apocalyptic, and you get like an Iron Man suit, and you can choose your Iron Man suit, and that's your class. So there's like an owlbear suit. They just unlocked the nightmare suit, whatever that's going to be. They got a free PDF on their Kickstarter for you to see what to expect. So yeah, there's no reason not to check it out.
Seems worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's all of our plugs for this evening. We will catch you next time when we take off into space. See you later, Space Cowboys.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, Future Scott.